What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We are back here live in the basement for the New York Knicks versus the Chicago Bulls tonight. The New York Knicks are on a 4-game winning streak after humiliating themselves against the Dallas Mavericks when they were up by 15 points. 15 points and then lose by 21. An embarrassing fashion way to blow a game. And sad to say, that's not the first time that the Knicks have come along and done something as miserable as that. But they are on a 4-game win streak, starting with beating with the Cavaliers, Cavs, then the Atlanta, then Charlotte, and then recently the Kings. Yes, they're not the Cavs are, but the other three aren't the most dominant teams in the league. But those are the kind of teams that the Knicks been losing to lately, and even earlier in the season. The Hornets was really bad. You had to get past that. But the fact of the matter is the Knicks are on a 4-game winning streak, and it's the first time that they're above 500 through 27 games in the season since 2017, 2018. That is too long. You know, they're coming around. They're not where they want to be, but they're not where they used to be, and that's really what matters at the moment. So the Knicks and Bulls are about ready to get started, and we're going to get this set off the right way. Anyway, Riley, first accounted for. Riley is in the basement. Who else we got? Manav, second cellar dweller accounted for in the basement. What's going on, guys? Riley, what's up, Johnny? All right, Colin, Brunson, and Barrett to combine for 50 points. Boom! Coming out strong, Riley. Coming out strong. That's what we want. The Knicks are on a good roll right now. The Bulls are a beatable team. I don't think we're going to have a problem tonight. And Randall and RJ have been playing really well the past four games and more. RJ has been great in his past 10 games, and so is Randall in his past 19. So you got to watch out. You got to watch out. It's going to be coming strong tonight. Our starting lineup tonight is Brunson, Grimes, another one. Grimes has been shutting it down on defense, making it a lot harder than Eric Fournier ever did on defense. So Grimes is at the 2 guard tonight. Barrett, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. Bruin, another cellar dweller accounted for. Bruin's in the base. What's going on, Bruin? Manav, hi, Johnny, going back home from work now. Johnny, go Knicks. All right, Manav, keep you coming in here. So we're going to be good with you coming back in. And here we go. The Knicks are about to tip off. We're in Chicago. Brunson is playing. So he's okay from that injury he had the other night against the Kings when he hit the court. He hit the court hard. So he's come back as well. Another Warrior, just like Mike White. Brunson's back in the game too. So this is what's up with that. Let's go for a good game tonight. Again, RJ Barrett, last 19 games has been killing it, man. His average has been 24.2 a game. 6.8 boards with 3.1 assists per game. So he's actually, his rebounds have stepped up. It's actually 8.6. I read that backwards. Why? Because we're in the basement. But I read, anyway, they've been on fire. They've been playing the way they should be playing. Randall's playing off the ball. That's what he needs to do. Stay off the ball. Stop running the game through Randall. Sometimes it feels like the Knicks go back to doing that, having to run it through Randall, even though you have Brunson there. Speaking of Randall, he nails the first 3-pointer of the game. We're 14-13. We're 6th in the East. And the Bulls are 11-15. They're 11th in the East. We should take this game. The Knicks should take this game. What I'm getting a little tired of, a little bit, is Tom Thibodeau is an ancient coach. I get that. He's got to switch up a lot. He's got to play a different style for today's game than the past. You got to be more of a running team. He's focused on defense. Well, our defense just recently has stepped up. Just recently. The Knicks themselves, they don't have that all-star alpha that's going to take over a game. We just don't have a player like that that's going to take over a game and run with it. So when people are not, well, the Knicks should be doing this, that, or the other, this is about as good as you're going to get from this team. There is more you can get out of them, and I just don't think we have the right coach that's doing that. So I do expect more now, but they can get on a nice little run if we can keep this thing moving. There's Barrett for 3. Boom, there you go. Again, Randall and Barrett have been playing really well in the past few games. Randall's about 19 games. He's averaging 24.2 a game. He's rebounding 8.6, and he's got a 3.4 assist average. That's a lot, shooting 47.2% from the field. from the field. So he's been on it, and he's been getting more physical, more bullish on defense, which is perfect. Perfect. Grimes and McBride have really been bringing the fire on defense as well. If you look at Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell in those 2 games, they were shut down in those. Rose and Reddish have not been around since that embarrassment loss to Dallas. They haven't even been in the game. They've been sit the last 4 games during this winning streak. So, oh, there's a foul right there. 11-2 Knicks right off the bat. Raleigh, Bruin, who's your basketball team? Yeah, Bruin, who is your basketball team, man? I never knew who his team was. His Celtics? I don't really follow basketball, but I guess the Celtics. There you go. Well, why not? You're Boston all the way, right? So why not? Why not? 11-2. We'll tell you why not. I got plenty of reasons why not. But anyway, the Knicks are should be able to continue this streak, and that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Big game Saturday for you Bills fans. Bills-Dolphins Saturday, man. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a big game, and I actually really do need the Bills to win. I'm not a Dolphin fan anyway, so I really need the Bills to win that one, man. All right, here you guys are again. Larry Legend. There you go, Bruin. Raleigh, I figured. Well, don't always figure that, Raleigh, because our man Bruin is a New York Yankees fan. New York Yankees fan. Oh, you want to say hello, Rock? Here's Rocco sporting his Knicks. Sporting the Knicks tonight. Wanted to say hello. Basement mascot is awake right now. But you know the routine with Rocco. So he's sporting his New York Knicks jersey tonight. And #1 basement mascot. That's it. 11-4, 8:59 left in the first quarter. Kicking this off. And it's an ESPN game. It's an ESPN game. Go figure. Go figure. So, love the Larry Legend. By the way, yeah, don't assume that, Raleigh, with Bruin. Don't assume that. He's a New York Yankee fan and a Boston fan. So that is a very strange matchup there, man, to do that. But that's fine. We're all good with the Yankees, brother. And by the way, Bruin, thank you to your Bruins for beating the Islanders last night, because you know I love that. I'll never go for a Boston team except in that scenario, because the Islanders are a direct rival of my Rangers, not the Bruins. They're not, yes, same conference, but not a direct rival. So that one, I never, ever go for the Islanders. Super Hot Fire, welcome into the chat. Super Hot Fire is here. Thank you. Go Knicks. Hell yeah, go Knicks. Bruin, Rocco with the matching jerseys. That's right. We're matching tonight. Matching jerseys today, man. You know, he's got them all for all the New York teams, right? Bruin, Red Dot, Raleigh. Does Rocco have every New York team jersey? Knicks, Rangers, Jets, Yankees. That's what he has. That's it. That's what he has. So I got him one for each. Although, you know, got him, man. He's basement mascot, right? So we got to have that rolling, man. It's all good. All good. What's up with you guys? By the way, you guys did see that, man. We're all shout out for USMC, our original cellar dweller, man. Thank you guys for responding to that. I hope he had successful surgery today. We'll probably hear from him soon, I hope. It all went well there, man. That is huge, man. He's been with, like I said, he's been with me since day one, pretty much, when I was just uploading videos. So I really hope that his emergency surgery went really well today. So prayers up for him, of course. I'll be on tomorrow night, too, for the Rangers. Again, Rangers Maple Leafs, another team. Rangers on a 4-game winning streak. Hit that. Boom. Grimes, man. Kid, got to keep playing these kids. Love it. I want to see more Jericho Sims in there, too. I want to see a lot more of that kid, man. Jericho Sims is on fire. The Knicks got a lot of good young players, man. McBride is great on defense, too. So I'm loving these young guys, man. Loving it, man. Man, if Jericho Sims could get down a shot, a consistent shot, watch out. Every time that guy comes in the game, he's blocking shots, getting boards. I love that kid, man. So the Knicks have some really good youth going on this team, man. So we'll see what's up. Get in there, Brunson. Hit that. Ah, he missed. So, yeah, man, I'm hoping the Bills beat your guys. Bills beat it, man. I hope they beat the Dolphins on Sunday, because actually I need a lot of teams. Listen, this is what I need. I need the Jets to win out. That's it. I don't want to worry about other teams. I just need the Jets to win out. Yeah, Raleigh, your Marine brother, man. Prayers up. Amen. Yep. Your Marine brother, man. Definite. Bruin, you know I'm rooting for the Rangers that game. Hell yeah, you are. Yep. Rangers Maple Leafs tomorrow. We're 4-game win streak there. Randall up for 3. Oh, he missed that. It's one thing I don't like, man. One thing I don't like that I see, not just the Knicks, a lot of teams, they rush shots as if you're down to the last second on the shot clock. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Say rush down the court. Take your time, man. Slow it down. It's like I said, we don't have that alpha killer. We don't have the alpha killer on the Knicks that's going to sit there. Like when they played the Celtics a few weeks ago. The Celtics were nailing threes. They kept pulling away. We couldn't keep up with that kind of game. Can't keep up. We don't have guys like that can be hitting threes left and right, man. We just don't have it. Raleigh, Jets got a hard game versus the Lions this week. We do. And by the way, Zach Wilson is going to be suited up and be the backup quarterback in that game. Mike White, keep playing. Just keep playing. I think you guys will see Zach if we officially fall out of playoff contention. Then you're gonna see Zach. You're gonna see him. Mike White will be back on the team next year. I don't know if he's the savior or not. We're at commercial right now. 14-10 Knicks. I don't know if you're gonna see Mike White Zach on the Jets next year. I think you're gonna play him out the rest of the year. If we fall out of playoff contention. They'll probably play him out the rest of the year, maybe. But Mike White should definitely be on the team. I don't know if he's the starter for the rest of his time here with the Jets. I think they might go out and get a veteran quarterback to bring in. I don't know, but Mike White has the team, man. He has the leadership. Who else can go 1-2 coming in as a backup and consistently gain respect and get better during those 1-2? Who else can do that? How many guys can come in and be 1-2 and consistently be getting better each week and consistently gaining more respect? You don't see that very often. Zach Wilson, as long as the Jets are in playoff contention, he's not going to be starting. He's back out of the street clothes. I guess he served his penance. Personally, I would rather have Joe Flacco being as old as he is, because you know why? Because he has respect to the team. I'd rather have him as the backup. But I think enough's enough with the Jets, and they're making Zach Wilson. So that's what we got on that. Flex, another cellar dweller accounted for. Flex, straight out of Australia. Good day back to you, Flex. Good day back to you. Thanks for popping up in here. As always, man, appreciate Australia's representatives in the basement. That's what's up, Flex. Thank you for popping in, man. Anybody else in the basement that's new, subscribe, bell notice, like button. Keep this basement rolling. Our next goal is 10,000 subs. We're going for 10,000 subs. That is our next goal. So that's what's up. Raleigh, Wilson is better than Flacco. White is better than Wilson just because he is a better leader. Amen. Raleigh, and you know what? That's the main thing with Zach. Seriously, do you know the week before he got benched, he was like player of the week? Like Zach Wilson, Bill Belichick may have, screwed him up, and that's fine because look what we got. Mike White's showing up again. But the leadership is huge. Why do you think Colt McCoy, I said this 100 times, I'll say it again. Why do you think a guy like Colt McCoy or Sam Darnold will be around for a long time? These are not QB1s. They're not QB1s, neither one of them. They have leadership. They're prepared. They know their team's strengths and weaknesses. They know their teammates' strengths and weaknesses. They know all of that. They just can't be the QB1 consistently. But they have the respect of the coaches, the staff, the team. That's why the guys like that will be around for a long time as journeyman backups. And you can say the same thing for Mike White if he doesn't remain the starter for the Jets. There'll be some team out there that's going to pay him a lot of money to be their starter. A lot of money. Or he'll be around for a long time. Look how much respect Mike White had before he even got hurt. Even Milano, Josh Allen even said it on the Kyle Brandt show that it was incredible. How can you not respect that? So, until further notice, Zach will be the backup. Get that, Randall. Beautiful. And one. And one. Good job, Julius. It's funny because Wilson has all the tools, Raleigh, just to finish up on what you said. He has all the tools, man. He just got to learn to stop throwing people under the bus, man. He was entitled a little too soon. He was entitled like really fast, man. So Lockport, what is going on? Lockport, another cellar dweller accounted for. Lockport's in the basement. What's going on, brother? Saturday night, I'm doing the Rangers tomorrow. Saturday night, Bills, Dolphins in the basement. We're doing that game. We're doing that game. And you know I'm going for the Bills in that one. Come on, Knicks. We're on a good 4-game winning streak. The Rangers are on a 4-game winning streak. There's positivity happening in the basement. And boom, Mitchell, bring it down. Bring it down the house. There you go. (19-12) Knicks, 5:22 left in the first quarter. Lockport, Raleigh Bruin, what's up? Back in the basement. Wait, you know we haven't seen a little one? Wait, did we see Henry? I'm trying to think the last time we saw Henry Hill. I saw him drop the comments. He's been dropping some comments. We haven't had him in the basement in a while. His Cowboys are playing the Eagles Christmas Eve. That would be, oh man, he's gonna be around for that. All right, so we got well, there's a good game Friday. Warriors Sixers. That's a game. And then Nuggets Lakers later on that night. Yeah, Lockport. We'll see, man. We'll see. I still got the Bills as my pick for to win the whole thing. I haven't wavered from that. I think the 2 losses that they had was very important for them to get through that. I think they got to keep doing their running game, man. They got to keep doing their running game. The thing with the Jets, just fast. The defense is a Super Bowl caliber defense. This Jets defense is Super Bowl caliber. The offense has to catch up to that. As I said in the video for you guys, because all you guys are Bills fans, pretty much. The Jets are learning how to win like the Bills were in 2019. They're learning how to win. The Bills made the playoffs in 2019. They weren't Super Bowl contenders then. They were playoff contenders. They've learned how to win. They know how to win now. The Jets are where the Bills were in 2019. They're learning how to win. They should have won that Minnesota game. Should have won it. Drop passes in the end zone and fumbling at the wrong time. Can't do it. I still don't understand why Michael Carter got that ball when Bam Knight was running down the field the whole drive. Why you give it to a guy? Come on, Brunson. Here we go. Knicks are rolling right now, and that's what I was saying before, man. What more can you expect out of this team? I think they could be coached a little bit better. I really do. But don't hit that. Get that rebound. Beautiful. Look at that, man. Quickly. Over. Huh. Surprised they didn't call over the top on that, over the back. Get in there. There goes Randall. Kick it out. There you go, Randall. I thought he was going to push that one. Randall does have a tendency to push some shots, force them, when they have plenty of time on the clock. Plenty of time. Get up, Randall. Oh. All right, he's going to the free. He should be going to the line on that. Bruin. Didn't we see Henry last? I think we did. That's why I stopped for a minute. I've seen him in the comments. I think he dropped in at the very end of the game. I think he dropped in at the end of the game on that one. I do. But I think we do recall seeing him. Oh, you know what? We did see him because I think he did ask me if I was doing the Cowboys-Eagles game on Christmas Eve. That's a tough one for me to do because it's Christmas Eve. We're going to have family, man, so I can't promise that. But I am doing the Rangers tomorrow, Bills, Dolphins Saturday night, Jets, Lions Sunday, so it's going to be a big weekend in the basement. Lockport. Jordan Poyer talked up Mike White on Pat McAfee's show earlier today also. Said he gained so much respect for White. Amen. I'm going to listen to that. I like Pat McAfee, man. I'm subscribed to his channel, man. He's great. I'm sorry they took him off Mad Dog Radio. I don't know why or what happened there. I don't know if anything happened there bad. I don't know. He was awesome on Mad Dog Radio. When I drove the truck, I listened to Mad Dog Radio on Sirius from Adam Shine, then it was Pat McAfee, and then it went to Mad Dog Russo. And at the time, Nick Wright was on at night. At the time, he's not anymore, but at the time, he was on at night. It was a great day to listen to all the different opinions. So I like Pat McAfee a lot. And he's great with wrestling, Lockport. Pat McAfee is great with wrestling, man, especially when he wrestled. Oh, my gosh. Come on, quickly break. There you go. Get that. Oh, come on, man. Come on. 23-15, 3:51 left in the first quarter. Raleigh, I like the pace we have going right now. Me too, man. We're running at a good pace. Good pace, man. For you guys that didn't hear me earlier, 14-13 right now for the Knicks. It's the first time we're above 500 through 27 games since the 2017-18 season, man. So it's been a little rough road here with the Knicks. Not even a little, like a 2 decades worth of rough road since pretty much since Jeff Van Gundy left the team as the coach in December of 01. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. December of 01. Everything really started going downhill. And there's a lot more reasons why besides that. But just we went on a real tailspin after that. And pretty much after Dolan took over the team too, no? So, Riley, Pat with Stone Cold was so fun to watch. And wasn't, hold on a second. Come on, defense. Oh, come on, man. Right in your face. Come on. Now it's 23-21. The Bulls are on an 8-0 run in the last minute 34. Come on, man. He shot that right in your face. See, Hartenstein's out now. I want to see Sims in there. I want to see Sims in there more, man. The bench players like McBride and Grimes have been doing really well coming off the bench and playing great defense, man. Really good defense. There's Randall. Good. Good shot, Randall. All right, he has 13 points in the first quarter, which we have 2:42 left in the first quarter. 2:42 left. So we just need that superstar. We need that superstar, that alpha that can knock down threes consistently. Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose haven't played in the last 4 games during our win streak after that embarrassing loss for you guys that weren't in when I was talking about it. Since we had that embarrassing loss, it's funny, the Knicks and the Rangers kind of had a turnaround moment. Get that board. Come on, Hartenstein. Come on. And he gets it in. Hartenstein just standing there like this. That's all he's doing. That's all he's standing there. Like, dude, grab a board. Move, do something. That's what I mean. Sims should be in there, man. Not Hartenstein. What, he got drafted in 2018? This is his 3rd or 4th team since then. Why do you think that is? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Jericho Sims should be out there, man. Mitchell Robinson's definitely the starter for right now. Jericho Sims should be out there more than Hartenstein. I don't get it, man. The guy comes out there, and what does he do? He's on 3-4 teams inside of, 4 years for a reason. For a reason. He should be the 3rd option coming out. What do we got? Yeah, Lockport. I think I left off with you, Jordan Poyer. Yo, Mike White, how could you not respect that dude? Did you, when you really slow that video down, Milano folded him like a lawn chair. I mean, seriously. Seriously, his ribs met his spine. And he was on the ground not being able to breathe. And Mike White said, like, how could you go back in the game? He said, you have to peel me off that field. We have fought too hard to get to where we are. Too hard. And that's why I said we're at commercial right now, guys. Too hard. And that's why I said, why does Michael Carter, I love the guy. He's a great back at it, a great receiving back. He's versatile, leading rusher last year. But if he hasn't been playing in a game that's wintry mix, raining, he has 5 carries for 5 yards on the day. Why are you giving him that ball when Bam Knight is moving the ball? Trap plays, outside plays. Why are you handing off the ball to Michael Carter there? Why? He hasn't been in the game. Obviously, Knight is taking shots. He knows how to cover that ball up. Everybody plays in the same weather. I get that. It's just like, why are we going to Braxton Berrios against the Vikings for the game-winning touchdown pass? Why is Berrios our 4th best wide receiver, the 4th option? Why are we not going to Garrett Wilson for starters in the slot there? And why aren't we going for Elijah Moore even as a 2nd? Why is Berrios the guy, even with the pass a little behind him? See what I mean? This is what I mean about learning how to win and knowing how to win. You go to your number 1 guy, not your 4th best guy. You just don't do it. You don't do it. And these are the decisions that have resulted in the Jets losing. So when they talk about Mike White throwing that last interception at the end of the game, well, it's 4th down and the clock's running out. What do you want him to take a sack? Want to throw it away? He threw it. Everybody was covered. He threw it into a crowd hoping for pass interference. Maybe the guy would catch it, picked off. It was what ultimately happened, or someone drops it. But you don't, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? He already threw the game-winning touchdown pass. It was dropped. What else do you want the guy to do? I don't understand some of the people that critique that. Well, he threw the interception to end the game. No, he threw the game-winning touchdown pass that should have ended the game. So now he was forced to throw a ball into tight coverage because it's the last play of the freaking game. I'll defend Mike White on that last interception because that game really should have been over. But the people that say, well, the Vikings would have gotten the ball back even if Berrios caught it, yeah. They would have gotten the ball back. They did nothing in the second half against our defense. Nothing to that. So that's my rant on that. Anyway, back to the game. We're back in here. They're just coming back in now. Lockport left off at you. Okay, Raleigh, I like the pace. Oh, I did read that. Okay. Flex. Pat felt in love with AFL and Pat McAfee. Yes, I found this out. Flex, you might have been the one who told me that. Pat fell in love with the AFL in 2020, then stopped talking about when wrestling came about. You know what? It's funny, man. I don't even have the schedule, Flex. Not. Boo! Oh, I just missed that, Grimes. Oh, I thought that was on target. That was on target, Grimes. Come on, man. That was on target. I thought that was going to be a good 3. Good steal quickly. Good steal. Slow the pace down. You got a whole shot clock, man. Slow it down. There you go, Randall. Back to quickly. Randall passed it right away. Watch out. Watch out. New Randall. I'm used to him forcing shots. I like Randall. I'm not a Randall hater. A lot of Knicks fans hate Randall. I don't know why. The guy gives 110% every game. I know he forces shots at times. I get all that. So, Flex, I'm sure Pat's schedule and all the training, when you watch Pat McAfee in wrestling and you watch that match he trained. That wasn't just going through the motions. That wasn't just going through the motions for Pat. This guy trained. He does great announcing when he's on Friday Night SmackDown. Pat McAfee has so much on his plate, I can't imagine. How much can you do when you have all that? Like, I'm learning the AFL right now, as you know, Flex. I'm learning the AFL right now. And it's a lot, man, because I sit there and I watch game replays. I watch what they're doing. I listen to the announcers. I read all your guys' comments. I can't respond to all of them. Trust and believe, I read them all. And I screenshot a lot. It's a lot to learn, and it's a lot for the little things. You know the basics, the little things of any sport. Hit that. But he was fouled. That should be a 3 shot. Is that a 3? 3 free throws for Randall. 3. Good. That's what we're talking about. Was he behind the line? Yes, he was. Oh! That looked a little ticky-tacky, but we'll take it. Hit them all. Flex, it's insane how often American sports trade players. It's true, Flex, and you know what, man? It's usually due to salary cap issues. Salary cap. Like I asked in the AFL thing, how could Hawthorne trade Buddy Franklin to Sydney? Like, how do you let a guy, a legend, a current legend like that go? So that's what I mean. Was it money? That's one thing about the AFL I don't know. Was it money? Do they have salary caps there? That's the only part I haven't even dug into that stuff yet when it comes to footy, man. I haven't dug into that yet. But usually guys trade players here, stars, because sometimes just down to about money and salary cap, can't affordability for certain players. Baseball doesn't have that. Baseball, that's why the rich are the rich, and they buy all the players they need. Everybody blames the Yankees for doing it, and they all say the Yankees. Listen, the Red Sox do it. The Mets do it. The Dodgers are the biggest culprits now, but it all comes back to the Yankees. Everybody else is happy for everybody else. The Dodgers are the new Yankees right now when it comes to that. Because Brian Cashman doesn't want to buy anybody that's good. Let's go. Good rebound. 29-26, 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Flex. Read that one from Flex. Last one. Oh, he would be extremely busy. The AFL would be the last thing I was thinking about if I was him. For anybody that hasn't watched the AFL, I'm doing like clips and videos of it, but I'm watching game replays because I'm going to pick a team. But it's addictive. It's addictive. The game takes so much athleticism and skill. And the way they kick the ball towards those posts from the angles that they do on point is insane. That's not luck. That is pure athleticism and skill. Very impressive. It's becoming addictive, Flex. Becoming addictive. So Flex, yeah, there are salary caps in the AFL. A lot of people hate the Cats. Geelong Cats, see, Geelong. I used to say Geelong. Geelong, right, the Cats, for being near the top of the ladder for almost 2 decades, but only winning the premiership 4 times in that time. Sounds like the Yankees. We haven't even been to the World Series since 09, but we're always in the running. We're always in the playoffs. We're always right there. So I get it. I get it. But as I understand it, Collingwood is the team that everybody hates, like the Yankees or the Cowboys kind of thing. Love them or hate them. Come on, quickly, put that up. Put that up. That almost looked like a travel at first. 29-28, end of the first quarter. The Knicks are 29-28. The Knicks had a good run in the beginning. I know it's basketball. A lot of times it doesn't matter until the second half. I get it. I get it. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, like button. Keep the basement rolling. So they do have that. Flex, I'm going to get into how the pay scales and how the things work over there like I know over here. But I'm just getting the sport itself down, and then I'll dive into that. Because to me, how do you let a Buddy Franklin go? Now, that being said, the Edmonton Oilers let Wayne Gretzky go to the Kings. Like, how does that happen? Like, how do you not keep legends, your current legends of the team? It's insane. I can name a million players over the course of time that was surprising teams let go or didn't compete for. Like in baseball, you have the money, you have the salary. You don't have a salary cap. It's free reign, but that's why teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Miami Marlins, that's why these teams can't move forward, because when they have a star, player, they're going to go to the big market team eventually. They're going to go to the big market team eventually. Right? So that's something to always watch out for, man. Look at the Padres jumping in and trying to get Aaron Judge and Trey Turner at the 11th hour, going for Judge and Turner. Can you imagine that lineup? Tatis, Soto, Machado, Judge, Trey Turner. But if you don't have pitching, it always comes down to pitching. Anyway, that's what we did on that. Bruin, that really does sound like the Yankees. It is the Yankees, Bruin. That is the Yankees. What Flex just said there is the Yankees, man. The salary cap, a lot of people hate the Geelong Cats for being the top of the ladder, right? For almost 2 decades. The Yankees haven't had a losing season in over 2 decades. Longer. And how many championships have we had in that time frame? How many? 2000, 01, 09? Nothing, not even an appearance since 09, because we can't get past the Astros. Why? They have better pitching. And our team lays down like dogs when we play them. That's a whole, we'll save that conversation for April, but yeah, that's what it is. But I think the Yankees are hardcore after Carlos Rendon, which I haven't checked anything today, so I don't know. As a matter of fact, it's a break right now, so let's see what we got. I don't think Rodon moved anywhere yet. Boy, that would be a big pickup for the Yankees. Well, it says that the Yankees and Rodon are far apart. All right, well, whatever. I'm sure Brian Cashman will find the 4th best player to get after that, because we went after Frankie Montas. Like, that guy. Listen, when you're a top pitcher on a bad team, and then you come to a real team, it goes for any player really in any sport. Some of them can't live up to the pressure and the hype that you need to come to these teams. Frankie Montas came to the Yankees. He was garbage, terrible, horrible. Chris Bassett went to the Mets. He did really well for the Mets for the most part. So anyway, going back on Flex, Richmond Tigers and Cats are up there with Collingwood now due to winning too much in recent times. So that's your New England Patriot, Dallas Cowboy kind of thing. Yankees, I get you. Richmond Tiger, Geelong Cats, Collingwood. Yep. Trust me, dude, ever since I started doing AFL, Collingwood, Johnny, don't go to Collingwood. I hear nothing but hate about Collingwood. Trust and believe that's a team I'm not picking. People think I am because Mason Cox is an American on that team. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't go for teams over here. There's plenty of Americans on teams that I don't go for. Mainly all of them in Boston. So, except for the Bruins, I'll go for them over the Islanders. So there's one time. See? Manav, back in the basement. Manav, great jersey tonight, Johnny. Yes, sir. Patrick Ewing, one of the best centers of all time. but he can't be mentioned like that because he doesn't have a ring, right? That's what everybody says. Patrick Ewing was a beast on beast teams in the 90s for the Knicks, man. They went to the playoffs every year in the 90s and just fell short. Just fell short. A couple of times there, right, John Starks? Just fell short. John Starks. Couldn't stand him. Always crumbled under pressure. Never liked John Starks. Game 6, he could have bounced pass right to Ewing, man. Bam. He would have thrown that home all day. Didn't even see him. Didn't even pass it. And Game 7 against the Rockets, look that up, speaks for itself. Garbage in crunch time. And Reggie Miller always got inside Starks' head. Always. Always got inside Starks' head. It was like Mike Tyson coming out before the fight. The other fighter was already intimidated and defeated before one punch was thrown in Tyson's prime. That's what Reggie Miller was to John Starks. Inside his head, and the guy could not play his game. Never liked him, never will. That's one jersey I would never wear, John Starks, ever. Bruin, Syndergaard went to the Dodgers and Correa to the Giants. Syndergaard, though, has lost a lot, I think, Bruin. I mean, he's bounced around a lot now since he left the Mets. Like, the Mets letting him go seemed to be a good move. 31-31 right now. DeMar DeRozan has 6 points, 11-10 left in the second quarter. And good one, man. Hey, Jericho Sims in the game. Alley to Jericho, home run all day. He should be coming in more than Mark Hartenstein, man. Come on. McBride's in. I love it. McBride's been playing great defense for the Knicks the past 4 games. Put it up. Whoa, quickly. That was smacked in your face. Come on, RJ. Quickly went up. That ball was smacked into the stands. I mean, it should have been. Come on, quickly make up for that. He got the ball back. Hit that, RJ. Hit that 3. Bang. There you go. 36-31 Knicks. RJ with a nice 3 from the corner. Nice 3. Come on, get him. Don't let him walk. Come. Where's the foul, man? He hit McBride right in the face. RJ's got 8 points. He's 2 of 3 and 3 from 3-point land. So, hold on. Quickly up with the 3. Missed it. Where did I leave off? Bruin, Syndergaard. Correa went to the Giants. Yeah, Carlos Correa was a good 5th starter for the Mets. He was a really good 5th starter, man. He had a really good season. And Tawan Walker's off the Mets too, man. They got some holes to fill there. Those guys held the fort down when DeGrom was out and Max Scherzer was out at the same time. Tawan Walker, Carrasco, these guys were money during that time. They really kept the Mets afloat during times where you're missing 2 of the greatest pitchers in the game. So, flex. Brent Harvey played 445 games for North Melbourne. Melbourne, not Melbourne. I was making that mistake too. Melbourne. As the games recorded holder over 20 years. Really? Brent Harvey played 440 games for North Melbourne as the games record. Oh, wow. That's amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about this Cyril Rioli too. I got to do a piece on him. Cyril Rioli. He's on the list, man. On the list. Get on him. Stay on him, Grimes. Another guy's been playing great defense the last 4 games. The more minutes, and Grimes is getting a ton of minutes. The more minutes he's been playing, along with McBride, doing way better than what Fournier was doing out there in Derrick Rose. These 2 guys are playing way better defense, which you would expect anyway. Fournier hasn't even seen the court. Reddish and Rose haven't seen the court in the last 4 on this 4-game win streak at all. So, flex, 1 team in 20 years. And the guy you mentioned, 4 teams in 4 years. Isn't that insane? It's insane. And Hartenstein, there's a reason when you're drafted. Woo! McBride just banged a 3. 39-31. The Knicks are on an 8-0 run the last minute 48. Last minute 48. And counting. 8-0 run. Block that. Sims with the block. He should be in there. All the time, man. Robinson, then Sims. Not Robinson, then Hartenstein. I'll scream that all day. I will scream that all day. Bang, McBride again. But the Knicks are playing great, man. They're playing great ball. Great team ball. They're playing great team ball right now. They are playing at a real fast pace these last few games. A real fast pace. They got to keep up with today's NBA. We need that alpha. We need that alpha that's going to be continuously hitting threes to keep with the other teams. I know that's what they expected out of Fournier, but I felt like The Celtics gave up 48 for a reason, did they not? I mean, and Flex, in answer to your question, when a guy is drafted by a team and he's on his fourth team 4 years later, that means this guy really is A, not very good, B, locker room cancer, right? And I don't think he's that. I haven't heard anything about him like that, but I'm just saying these are usually reasons why players get traded, because poor play, can't get things down quick enough, whatever, or they're locker room cancer. Like we were saying about Zach Wilson on the Jets. His talent is better than Mike White's. No doubt. The guy can run, got a cannon, kid's got versatility, not a leader. He's a locker room cancer, period. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, locker room cancer. The talent, they got it all day. They got it all day long. But if you're bringing locker room cancer, that's as bad as being, that's actually worse than being bad and you're trying. It's actually worse than that. These guys are way more talented than a lot of backups in the league. Way more. Manziel's out of the league. Way more talented. Jamarcus Russell, another one. Talent was tremendous. Locker room cancer. Didn't study the plays. Go on and on. On and on. Ryan Leaf, there's a whole book on that guy. Talk about cancer. Cancer would have been a good thing if he was a locker room cancer. He was a locker room cancer and beyond. He was the worst, even worse than Manziel, the worst. Anybody new in the base will subscribe, bell notice, like button, drop some comments, join the chat. Keeping the basement rolling to 10,000 subs. That's the new goal, and we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it. We're nowhere close. We're as close as the Knicks winning an NBA championship, but we're going to get there. Raleigh, we had a solid lead, and we played with no effort sometimes. Yep, that's the problem. We do a good disappearing act at times, Raleigh. We definitely do a good disappearing act. There's no doubt about it. That's what the Knicks do. Good disappearing acts, man, during games. And again, Kendrick Perkins said it before the game. How much can really be expected from this Knicks team? How much, honestly, can be expected from this team? He wasn't knocking him. He's like, people knock the Knicks as if they have a lineup like the Warriors. They don't. They don't have that kind. The Celtics, they don't have that kind of team. They just don't. So how much do we honestly expect out of this Knicks team? They're sixth in the East, guys. They're sixth in the East. I expect this team to make the playoffs and win a round, win the first round for once. Make it the first time in forever. Forever. Since 99. Oh, no, not since 99. Since the Carmelo days. I'm talking about the finals since 99. The Carmelo days is the last time we actually won a playoff series. So I want the Knicks to make the playoffs, win a round. We'll see how far we can go. Develop these young guys like they're doing. Play more Jericho Sims, Grimes, and McBride. Great defenses out there, man. And McBride can shoot. These guys can shoot, both of them. These guys should be getting all the minutes. And Thibodeau, not for nothing, Hartenstein going for a three and hit it. And he was covered. Wow, Hartenstein hit the three. I know he can hit him occasionally. I just didn't expect it from the corner while he was covered. Great shot from Hartenstein. I'd still rather see Sims. If Sims gets a shot down, watch out. Watch out. Here comes McBride. Kicked a beautiful kick out to Grimes. McBride. Timeout Sims. I was saying about Thibodeau, he's coaching for his career, not just for the Knicks. He's coaching for his career. He has done some change-ups. He has done. The Knicks are a faster-paced team right now. They're shooting more threes right now. They've been playing better defensively, at least these last few games. But I'll tell you what, if he doesn't do it with the Knicks, he may never get a job again. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to get a job because he has Neanderthal ways that don't work in today's NBA. So he's coaching for his job. I guarantee you he's coaching for his career. That's my feeling on that. Flex, countless videos of amazing AFL players from every team for you to watch over time. Drop some. The next one on the list that I'm hearing in all the comments is Cyril Rioli. That's the next one behind Buddy Franklin, Dustin Martin. I've done both of them. I am going to do Buddy Franklin's 1,000th goal. I'm doing that again because I brought out a video that was too short, didn't show the whole crowd melee. So everybody said, just I'm going to answer the majority of the comments, which was saying I did a short version of it. We're going to do a longer of that. But anyway, Buddy Franklin, Dustin Martin, Cyril Rioli is the next guy here. So much about. So we're going to dive into him next. 7:58 left in the second quarter. It's 45-35 New York Knicks, and we're going to win this game. We're going to keep this ball rolling. You got that in. I was going to say, grab that board. Who's up next? Flex, so many big egos with all that big money. Yep. Many, many big egos. Not every player has these huge egos, but they're more than not. More than not. Bruin, speaking of Leaf, I think he trolled a Jets fan on Twitter. You know what? I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm going to get to Ryan Leaf in a minute. What a clown. What a loser Ryan Leaf is. What a loser. He talks about, he had this piece on the, hold on a second, guys. I want to make sure I'm accurate on something else. Not Leaf. Leaf is easy. We can trash him all day. All right. Back where we're at. Speaking of Leaf, I think he trolled Jets fans. He's like, Jet fans have been in prison forever and all these weird type of statements. It's like, dude, you were the biggest disappointment, not just to the NFL, to your family, to your friends, to people that believed in you. You went off on these tangents. Like, dude, you wasted your entire career and you have the nerve because you're an analyst now. You have the nerve to trash Jet fans and all. What an easy target. Let's go after the Jets like Brady Quinn. The Jets will be 0-9 before they can even think about winning a game. How horrible. Because what? You had to wait and you weren't successful with the Jets or any other NFL team. So now you're going to trash the Jets. The Jets are an easy doormat before this year to trash. And we have the biggest bums trashing the Jets. Well, how are your guys' career? How'd they go? How were your teams when you were on them? Quinn and Leaf. How are your teams doing when you guys were on those teams? Huh? The Chargers, Quinn, we can go over a few teams for you, right? And you guys are laughing at the Jets? What did you guys do for your team? Does anybody wear your guys' jerseys? Nope, probably not. You guys made Manziel look like a freaking choir boy. Give me a break. Give me a break, man. That's insane. Go down there quickly. Hit that. There you go. Where's the foul? It should have been and one. Better be an and one. 51-39 right now. Knicks 6:04 left in the air. Ryan Leaf is funny, man. He's a clown. That is an absolute clown right now, trolling Jet fans. He never even been on a team that was as successful as the Jets. Never. A team like this year, never. During those trash years, he could have been on there. Brady Quinn, what did he ever do in the NFL? These guys become analysts, and all of a sudden, they go and trash people. I never played the game. They can trash me. I've never played the game. I just find it funny that guys, they're making names for themselves by making ridiculous statements. Leaf more so than Quinn. Quinn just made a really bad analysis how the Jets were going to be 0-9. That's really it. He personally, I don't know of anything that he's done on the outside like Leaf has done. So I will take that back from Quinn. But other than that, these guys hop and trash on the Jets because what? Do some real analysts, man. Be a real analyst. I'm not a professional analyst. I'm a fan. I talk like we talk as fans. We don't kick it in here as fans. You guys are supposed to be professional analysts. And this is what you guys come out with. And then try to act like Brady saying things like, oh, I never really said we're going to be 0-9. Yes, you did, dude. Stand by it. You made a mistake. Who cares? I make mistakes in here all the time. Difference is we're in the basement, man. You're not. You're in a professional studio. Bruin, speaking of Leaf, I read that. Manav, old school Raw and SmackDown were much better than today's shows. You're right, but I still like wrestling. Wrestling lost a lot after the DX and the Attitude Era and all that went away. There was a little lull there, just really boring wrestling, and I didn't really get into it too much. But then, back when Big Show and Alberto Del Rio and a few of those things, they were pretty good. And Mark Henry was more involved, and Ryback during that time. And now it's actually really good, man. It's getting better. That Triple H took over. He's bringing back stables. He's bringing back tag teams. That is great. He's bringing back wrestlers that drew in people, man. So I think Triple H is doing a great job. I think he's doing an outstanding with the stables. I always loved wrestling stables. You need them. You need them. I think Vince fell away from that for a little while. Vince obviously was the greatest wrestling creator imagined for all the time, man. But now that Triple H took over, he's bringing a lot of that era back. He's bringing a lot of it back, and I love it. I love it. So I think as you see his reign move forward in the next few years, wrestling's going to get back even better to what it was before. You're going to see it, man. Triple H knows the game. He was part of the greatest era of wrestling, the Attitude Era. DX, man. DX. Him, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, X-Pac. Come on, man. The DX, that was the hottest era of wrestling. Stone Cold, The Rock. I think Triple H is going to try to bring that back as we jumped off the wrestling, as we do in the basement. Truba Train. Truba Train. True. Michael's in the basement. What's happening? You are accounted for. Michael is here to drop jokes on the Knicks and his sarcasm. We love it, Michael. Glad to see you in here. We are doing the Rangers Maple Leafs tomorrow night, Michael. So you'll be happy, man. We're back on that. Truba Train. I love it. I love that name. Manav, what's for dinner tonight, Raleigh? Oh, gonna make dinner, guys. I'll be back. Okay. I missed that one. All right. Flex. Gary Albert Jr. Okay, Flex, you're throwing some stuff now. I'm going to have to write some of these names down. 5:53 left in the half, 51-39 Knicks. Knicks are playing solid ball, fast-paced game, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. Look at Caruso, wide open on the outside, but didn't matter. Bank shot in, 51-41, 10-point game. Flex, I'm going to write these names down. I am going to write them down. NXT was amazing when Triple H ran it until Vince took it off him and it went to crap. Right, Flex. Triple H. Boom! Beautiful alley up to Robinson. Beautiful alley, man. That's what I'm talking about. The Knicks are getting more creative. Brunson to Robinson. Sims earlier alley-oop, man. This is awesome, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing tonight. And the past 4 games. There we go. Come on, Randall. Make sure Brunson knows you're passing it to him. My goodness, man. He's left it there. There you go, Brunson. Just drove the lane, dropped that in. Knicks are playing great ball right now. Gary Albert Jr. I'm writing as many as I can down, Flex. Joel Selwood. I can always go back in the when this is over too and look him up. Joel Selwood. And I'm writing down while I'm writing these down. Second quarter. What are we at? Second quarter. 4:33 left. So I'll know where this was in the chat. Perfect. Perfect. Patrick Dangerfield. I'll remember that just as I think of Rodney Dangerfield. Patrick Dangerfield. All right, Knicks, keep it going here, man. Keep it going. Get on that defense. Let's go. Good steal, Brunson. Good steal, man. Right up to Randall, who forces the shot but gets the foul. We're good. Knicks are playing. Knicks are balling tonight. They're balling. Balling tonight, guys. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Daniel, welcome in, Daniel. Nice to see you in the chat. Hi, Johnny. I have a name for New York basketball. Pass Sweet Walter Clifton. Wow, man. Wow. Daniel, man, got some names, man. I know I was going to, oh, my gosh, man. There's some great, well, you can put some of these Knicks teams together, man, and get them all in their prime. We would win more championships. It's been too long, Daniel. Too long since the Knicks have won a championship, man. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. The team we went to in 99, no one ever expected that team to make the finals. No one expected that. Come on, quickly, man. Get a wide open corner shot. Missed it. Ah, come on. Now they hit a 3. Let's go. Manav. Triple H rivals with Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Rock, Undertaker. Kane was awesome. And I like the original Kane more than when they had Kane out of the mask and talking. I like the original Kane when he said nothing. And he was out there, one of the greatest wrestling outfits ever. Kane, when he first came around, get it. Forget it. He was a figure. He was a monster. You're talking way back, man. We're going back. You guys, you're going to turn this into a wrestling. Too bad Lockport. Lockport must have dipped off. Lockport's the biggest wrestling fan. He knows the most in here. Flex, Eddie Betts. See, I'm writing them down as we go. Randall's at the line. Eddie Betts. Matthew Lloyd. So I'm grabbing a couple while he's shooting. Come on, Randall. Bang. Hit the first one. Matthew Lloyd. Chris Judd. He's shooting his second free throw right now. 56-46 Knicks. Dane Swan. Got them all. Got them all, Flex. Dane Swan. Got them all. I'll be looking into all those too. You guys have been supporting the channel like nobody's business. Everybody has. That's been awesome. Daniel, we are doing the Rangers tomorrow night. Great block. Great block, man. So good. Get it down there. Move it. Move it. Get up there, RJ. Boy, the Knicks are moving a fast game. This is not that often they do this. Real rolling. You got to take advantage of teams like this right now. Zach LaVine, I thought he was going to bring it down, but we slowed down. He still got it, though. Still got it. So the Knicks are in good position, but they got to take advantage of these games right now. The Knicks and the Rangers are both on 4-game winning streaks and both had turning points in the season. The Rangers, Brunson, where's the foul on that? That should be and one right there. Where's the shooting foul on that? Come on. Boy, for a league with refs that are like trigger happy with their whistles, man, they sure aren't calling many on the Knicks for the Knicks tonight. Look at DeRozan, man. Here comes Brunson, turnaround shot, bang right in. Come on. Come on, man. That's a foul all day. 2:19 left in the half. 60-48 Knicks. Loving what I'm seeing. They're controlling this game. Controlling this game. Scott, another cellar dweller accounted for. Scott Fraser in the basement. Hope DeRozan doesn't get hot on you, pal. Good luck. I saw your comment, too, before I started the game tonight, Scott. I saw the comment. He better start getting hot because we're winning. I hate jumping in like that and saying the Knicks are looking great because I never know what's going to happen. We all know NBA is all about second half. All about the second half. But, yeah, got to watch DeRozan and Zach LaVine, too. Zach LaVine's a monster. But the Knicks have been playing such great ball lately. There's Brunson for three, corner. I missed. Come on, man. We need that. 2 minutes left in the half. Here comes LaVine. Kicks it out. All right, good. He missed. Good. I know the Lightning. Hey, man. Like so many people find it funny, but we were down in Tampa for a while. The Lightning are my second favorite team. They really are. You see Andre Vasilevsky sitting right there. I'm huge on goalies, Daniel. I'm huge on goalies. And that wall is goalies. All the greats from the past, well, as many as I can have. And the two current future Hall of Famers, first ballot, Andre Vasilevsky, Marc-Andre Fleury. First ballot Hall of Famers, multi-championships between the both of them. Fleury with 3, Vasilevsky with 2. Those guys are future Hall of Famers. They're legends of the game already right now, still playing the game. Flex, I watched the highlights from all the NFL players. Peyton, you said to look at in one of your videos. Walter Payton, greatest running back of all time. People argue Barry Sanders. I understand the argument. Some argue Emmitt Smith. Listen, Walter Payton, monster, monster, monster. What'd you think, Flex? Yeah, I brought up the stiff arm. What'd you think of Walter Payton, Flex? He's the man. Come on, Barrett, move that in. Minute 44 left in the half. Randall's probably going to foul. Come on, Randall. Come on, man. Took it right from him. Caruso put that in. Come on, Randall. Pay attention, man. Damn, man. Come on, Knicks. Up by 8 points. I know it's a second half game, always second half game. Yeah, Daniel, I went to a ton of Lightning games. I've been to an Amalie Arena. I even went there back when it was the Ice Palace, Daniel. So I've been around down there, man. Amalie Arena is very nice in there. They have a great setup. Jeff Vinnick is probably one of the greatest owner in hockey, man. He really cares about the town. He really cares about the community and bigging up Tampa. I know. Why? Come on. Now look at this. 56 seconds. Now we're only up by 7 points. 55 seconds left in the half. Scott, it's a little early to get chesty, bro. That's what we do. We're New Yorkers. Come on, man. We got to live it while we got it. Got to live it while we got it, man. We're talkers, man. And if I have to eat it, then I'll eat it. That's good rebound. Good. It's going to be a jump ball, but I think Robinson freaking really slammed the court. Hold on. Randall, that was terrible turnover. Scott, I'll eat it if I have to. It won't be the first time I predicted something and had to eat it. That's the name of the game when it comes to sports trash talk. It's all in fun. It's all in fun, Scott. But we got to talk it while we can. You never know. NBA is a second half game. I know the Knicks can blow it. I've seen them blow it plenty of times. Dallas Mavericks, before this 4-game win streak, the Knicks had a 15-point lead, and they lost by 21. But I'll take the talking while we have the lead while I can. Second, Scott Frazier, sorry, Jim Brown. Look, Jim Brown did one thing that no other running back has ever done. He got over 12,000 yards in 14-game seasons in 9 years. No one statistically has ever done that. My father always said Jim Brown too. I get it. Jim Brown was honored when Walter Payton broke his record because Walter Payton played in an era where same as Jim Brown, where or anything goes. Anything goes. Walter Payton missed one game his entire career. Got 275 yards on a day that he had the 102 fever with the flu. You can argue Jim Brown, I get it. But Jim Brown is kind of like the Bill Russell thing. He was a man against boys back then. A lot different game was going on. Earl Campbell was a Jim Brown kind of runner. Now he wasn't Jim Brown. He was that style of runner. There was a lot of times during that time that Jim Brown coming into that era, a lot bigger guys then than what he was playing against. Jim Brown was a man against boys back then. He was. I'll give the nod to Walter Payton. I respect the Jim Brown argument, the Barry Sanders argument. I get it. Barry Sanders was a different runner altogether than any running back. Guy was different altogether. But Jim Brown did do what no one else has done. 9 years, only 14-game seasons, over 12,000 yards. In that time frame, no one's done that. No one. No one's done that. For that makes Jim Brown in that argument as the greatest. So I get the argument. 100% get the argument. I'll take Walter Payton. You take Jim Brown. Others take Barry Sanders. I get it and respect it. There's not many people we can put in that category. Not many. Randall's at the line, 21 and a half seconds left, 62-55, New York. Flex had a great stiff arm, great looking player in his time. Yeah. And again, that was back in an era like Jim Brown played in, where you could do anything. There wasn't flags for hitting too hard. There wasn't flags for, I understand the concussions. I understand that part. But just the heavy hits, they throw flags now for heavy hits that are legal. That's why I was so happy when a flag was not thrown on Milano. Not thrown on Milano. I love that there was not a flag because there should not have been a flag on Milano. They let the guys play football. That happened all the time way back when. Joe Montana was knocked unconscious in a playoff game against the Giants. There was no flag, no fines, no penalties, no one's fantasy draft ruined, nothing. That was the game. Let's go. Good steal. I thought they were going to get the shot off. All right. We're at halftime now, 64-55, New York Knicks. For now, Scott, looking good. What's the name of the Rams running back from the 80s? Eric Dickerson, man. Eric Dickerson was lightning fast. He got traded to the Colts for some reason. Eric Dickerson was the man back then. He was another outstanding running back, man. That guy, he hit a corner. He was gone. Eric Dickerson is very rarely mentioned, Bruin. Scott, but Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, and Walter are one, ABC, and New York. Right. Scott, I agree with it all day. We could argue it all day, but we're arguing in circles because they're all amazing. Those are the three players to me that you can argue in there. You can. Emmitt Smith, I do give a lot of respect to because the guy was a great open field runner. Everybody says he had the greatest line in history. I get that. But you watch Emmitt Smith's highlights in the open field. This guy got a lot of his own yards. So people want to try to stick him in there. I personally don't. But he's not, just because he had the greatest line of all time doesn't mean that Emmitt Smith wasn't any good. That dude was an outstanding open field runner, man. And he did break Walter Payton's record, man. But again, Walter Payton in the beginning of his career did have 14-game seasons. And he missed one game his entire career, his rookie season. But anyway, Scott, yes, you're right. A, B, and C, we can all say what we want and believe what we want on those. But those three, you can argue them any way you want, and I understand it, respect it. Pessible, I'm in the basement. Pessible, another cellar dweller accounted for. Pessible in this basement. What is going on, brother? They are, Scott, they are the three. I agree with you 100%, Scott. They are the three. No doubt. Scott, no cursing in the basement, brother. None of us do it. Please don't. You're new in the live chat with us. Well, not totally new, but we don't curse in here, brother. But I hear you, man. I hear you on that. Flex. I hate the LeBron versus Jordan GOAT talk. Jordan played when it was much harder to score than today's game. He did, but a lot of things with Michael Jordan, LeBron doesn't get any respect. I mean, none. LeBron James, to me, did a lot more with a lot less than a lot of players in the history of the game. LeBron took teams to the finals that had no business being there, half of them. It's kind of like John Elway on the Broncos. John Elway took above-average teams to the Super Bowl and met buzzsaws like the 49ers and Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, met Lawrence Taylor and the Giants. I mean, he met teams that his team had no business doing. LeBron carried teams on his back to the finals. Carried them on his back and lost to teams that were better than him. Daniel, Chuck Bednarik took off Frank Giffords' head. Chuck Bednarik, the great linebacker from the Philadelphia Eagles. He knocked Frank Gifford to the, what did Mickey say to Rocky in Rocky 3? He'll knock you to tomorrow, Rock. And that's exactly what Bednarik did to Frank Gifford. Man, he knocked him silly. Mike White looked like he didn't even get hit compared to that shot Frank Gifford took. For anybody here that doesn't know what we're talking about, look up Chuck Bednarik. Daniel has it right there. If you want to see how to spell it, you can even YouTube hit on Frank Gifford. It'll show it. He leveled him. Dick Butkus, another great linebacker. These were linebackers. Mike Singletary, all these guys. Outstanding linebackers. Ray Lewis. Lawrence Taylor was the greatest linebacker that's ever played the game, and I don't even think it's close. Like Bill Belichick said, when someone asked him, does Khalil Mack remind you of a young Lawrence Taylor? No. No one's Lawrence Taylor. Bill Belichick said it. Guy's the greatest coach, greatest defensive-minded coach as well, on top of that. So Lawrence Taylor is in his own category, and there's nobody else. Period. There's nobody else. Lawrence Taylor was the man. Barry Sanders, to me, Barry Sanders just in a category on his own because he did things that he was a pinball. He was a literal pinball. Barry Sanders gets that ball, man. You don't know what he's going to do. Walter Payton and Jim Brown, no other choice. They'll just run you over. Barry, you don't know what he's going to do. You had better have your ankle supports ready. Barry Sanders did things that those two guys didn't do a lot of. Barry Sanders, he was a pinball, man. So you had to brace for getting run over by Peyton or Jim Brown for sure. Barry, you had to brace for your ankles being broken or being on a highlight reel getting embarrassed like the dude on the Patriots was, where he was like this way, then he went this way, then he went this way, and he was gone, man. It was just amazing. And the greatest thing about this to me, they played on a lot of bad teams. These guys were running on bad teams. Walter Payton didn't get a ring until he was older. He ran on a lot of bad teams. Barry Sanders was on perennial bad Lions teams. They only won one playoff game. The whole reason to watch the Lions on Thanksgiving Day was what? Barry Sanders. No one missed the game because you wanted to see what Barry would do. Now, that's with the Lions back then. That's the reason you watched them on Thanksgiving. Flex, sports in general are a lot weaker these days, than 20 years ago. All the concussions and world becoming PC has gotten rid of the real fights and hard hits. And also, I'm going to throw this in there too, Flex. I'm going to throw this in there too, okay? You're also protecting fantasy. Like what Pete Rose is banished for in baseball for the betting or whatever else, okay? Now it's a part of sports. You see betting on every single commercial. DraftKings, fantasy, watch this guy. So now these players now, Flex, are investments. You can't have Tom Brady getting knocked out in the game like Joe Montana did. Jim Burt took his forearm, which was like this size. This Jim Burt's forearm was like me putting my two forearms together. Boom! And I mean, like his numbers, like the 6 was over here and the 4 was over here. Laid him out. 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later, Leonard Marshall knocked Joe Montana's discs out of his back. It's half the reason he was injured and had to go to the Chiefs. No flags then, no penalties, no fines. Get him out, bring it back up in. Who probably didn't want to come in against that Giants defense. Jim Burt knocked Joe Montana, and it was a legal hit. He had just thrown the ball. Jim Burt put his forearm right here, bam, and threw him like 10 yards back. He was out cold. You imagine hitting Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady like that in an important playoff game, no less? My gosh, people would be arrested nowadays for that. You could have ruined someone's fantasy draft. That was my pick for this. It's a whole different Flex, 100%, whole different game. And now in the NFL, what they say, by the way, guys, we're at halftime. If anybody just joining us. Now, you hit somebody like that, it's his penalty. They want offensive games. Baseball, putting the ghost runner on second base in the overtime, extra innings. Why? I hate that automatic run. Well, we got to get the average fan interested in the game. Games are too long. Games are too long. Either you love the game or you don't. If you don't love it, don't watch it. But everybody wants to see 15-13 in baseball, and everybody throws their whole bullpen out the window and then find out if any player sitting on the bench used to pitch in high school, because we're going to need you right now because the game's 15-13 and we can't waste any more pitches. We got to play tomorrow. That's what people want to see. So when you have a Jet game like the Jets and Bills just had, or the Jets and Patriots had a few weeks ago, a lot of people say, oh, that was a boring game. Look at the score. Well, it's 3-3 forever. That's a great defensive game. The Patriots have a great defense. The Jets have a great defense. Neither offense is that great, but neither offense could move the ball. Even those are great games, but people want to see 54-45 and 38-31. Those are great games, not for the defense. We grew up in a defensive era, Flex and Scott and Daniel, I'm sure, and Lockport, and a lot of the older guys have seen that. I miss those kind of games. I understand the headshots are bad. I'm not talking, I want to see guys helmet to helmet cracking each other like that. But I was so thrilled, as I said in my video and on my live stream. And remember, I was outnumbered in my Jets live stream. I was outnumbered because it was mainly Bills Mafia. And I told everybody, Milano's hit on White was 100% legal, and I'm glad they didn't throw a flag. If Mike White was a big name quarterback, Brady, Mahomes, Rodgers, along those lines, flags all day. Flags all day. And there shouldn't be. It's a legal hit. But the referees are told, as I understand it, the referees are told, if you think it was a roughing the quarterback, even though it was legal, if you think it is, throw the flag. If you think the hit was too hard, throw the flag. Guy can put his shoulder right in the dude's chest. And if a referee, it's all subjective. If a referee thinks it was too hard, even though it was legal, oh, we'll flag. I don't agree with that at all. At all. Who we got now? I went way off on a tangent there. Walter threw for TDs also. Yes, he did, Scott. He sure did, man. Jim Brown said he was honored when Walter Payton broke his record. He said Franco Harris he didn't respect because Franco ran out of bounds when he was about to get hit, Scott. That's what Jim Brown said when Walter Payton broke his record. Why he respects Walter? Because he never shied away from getting hit. Said a guy like Franco Harris was a big running back at the time. Said didn't respect him because the guy ran out of bounds too much before he got hit. Don't thought that was hilarious. You can look it up too. It's a true story. Bruin, Eric Dickerson, that's what was, on the tip of my tongue, but couldn't remember it. Yeah, and they traded him to the Colts, which was weird. But yeah, Eric Dickerson, man, he smoked it. If you look at Eric Dickerson's highlights, he smoked a very good Jets defense. It goes along with what I was saying. He hit a corner. He was gone, period. Good Gunner, another cellar dweller accounted for. Gunner is in the basement. I was going on a tangent, Gunner. You know how I get. And I still got to do my bathroom break before the second half starts. Where'd I leave off? Oh, yeah. Oh, and Megatron, Scott. Oh, man, he ruined Megatron big time. What an all-time receiver, Megatron. He never gets spoken about. Like Marvin Harrison, by the way. No one ever speaks of Marvin Harrison. And not for nothing, and I'll leave you with this one. I got to hit the bathroom quick. My man, Curtis Martin, he's not in the category what everybody was talking about before everybody jumps on me. But Curtis Martin is the forgotten man. 11 years, Curtis Martin, 11 years, 14,000 yards, guys. 11 seasons, 14,000 yards. Dude was a workhorse. Curtis Martin ran up the middle all the freaking time. He didn't have the flashy breakaway runs all the time. He was reliable, never fumbled, and he was consistently there, game in, game out, hammering the ball up the middle time and time and time again. Curtis Martin, 11 years, 14,000 yards. Keep that thought, guys. Be right back. 2 minutes. You guys know the deal. All right, guys, I'm back. Where are we at here? Guys, if anybody new in the basement, please subscribe, hit the bell notice, hit the comments. We don't have the biggest chat in the world, but we have the greatest chat. Diversity in here. We have guys and fans of different teams, guys from all walks of the world. We got the United States, we got Australia, we got everybody. Now, check this out. Scott, you can still get clothesline in the 80s, no doubt. No doubt, you could. You could. Remember the Deacon Jones head slap? Oh, my gosh, man, forget it. One of my great Gunner. I think the Bills' O-line needs to learn the difference between holding the line and holding the line. Very good. But, Gunner, the Bills did do a great job this time against the Jets' defensive line. It was the first time we all met. They sacked Josh Allen 5 times. Tonight, all right, we're getting the second half underway. Guys, so you know, I'm promoting a book right now. Promise, Scott, anybody that really wants to read this book, right here. Autobiography of Walter Payton, Never Die Easy, which was his phrase, never died easy. Walter Payton with Don Yeager. I highly, highly, highly recommend that book. Of course, my screen went dark for some reason. I highly recommend this book, guys. Highly recommend it. Never die easy. Walter Payton was part of writing this book. He died during the book when the book was being written. I'm telling you, man, this book is incredible. Don't miss out on it. Never Die Easy. Autobiography of Walter Payton, man. I've read it more than once. It's an incredible book. Incredible book. Trade Zach Wilson for Russell Wilson. Just saying, Johnny. Oh, my gosh, Manav. One problem for an older problem. Knicks up 67-57. Third quarter underway. Flex. Cricket has 3 modes of game, 20 overs, which is a few hours, 50 overs, which is 1 full day. Flex, you're killing me. Flex, I'm so overwhelmed with AFL. It's been rough. Get in there, Barrett. Come on, man. Drop that. Knicks still up by 10. I'll get into cricket soon, but I'm trying to get all this stuff down first. How's Mike White? Okay, I saw it. I'm trying to see what else okay, now I see it. Mike White is going to be starting, man. He's a fighter. You saw that. He got all the respect from the Buffalo Bills. He already had the respect of his own teammates, man, but that dude's a dog, man. Who else can go 1-2? Backup comes in and goes 1-2 and gains respect and gains momentum. Jets are going to win out. They're going to win out. We got the Lions. Tough game. Jags, which always seems to be spoilers. You Bills fans, you Bills Mafia, you know what I'm talking about. The Jaguars can be a problem sometimes, man. Then we have Seattle, and then we finish up with the Dolphins, which could be a win and in. And I think the Jets can beat them too. So we got to win out, man. We got to win out. Come on, man. How you just standing there? 69-61. 9:50 left in the third. Knicks bringing it out. Manav, you read that. Gunner, Bruin, I don't even recognize you anymore. You changed your pick again. Gunner, actually, Bruins had that change for a minute. I know. I used to just look at the pick and I knew it was in. Oh, did he blow? How did he get that? What a play by Levine. I thought RJ was definitely blocking that. He was lining him up too, and oh man, what a move by Levine. If you're not watching the game, I mean, Barrett was running down with him, setting him up to block. Levine went up. Very bad demonstration, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. He went up, then he went under. Boom. Except he didn't dunk it. That was horrible. I was worried I was going to throw my back out. That's why I didn't do it. All right, anyway. Gunner Deion Dawkins is talking to phrases, hold the line, wait a literal. Big Bear, another cellar dweller accounted for. Big Bear's in the basement. What is up, brother? What's up, Johnny? Stopping in to drop a like. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I hope your teams are playing well. Catch it next Rangers watch along. Big Bear, Rangers Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Where? In the basement, man. Rangers are on a 4-game winning streak, just like the Knicks are on a 4-game winning streak. We're going to take the Maple Leafs out tomorrow, and we're going to pay back the Blackhawks on Sunday. Sunday's going to be a monster day. Jets, Lions, Rangers, Blackhawks. I don't know if they're playing at the same time as the Rangers. If they are, then the Rangers are going to lose out on that one because I got to watch the Jets. Much more important game there. So, Big Bear, I always appreciate you stopping in. Thank you for dropping the like. And thank you for doing that on the AFL, Big Bear. I didn't comment. I saw your name in there. And Big Bear, seriously, what the guys told you, watch the AFL Beginner's Guide. Watch that, man. I did a video on it, but watch it, man. If you really want to get into a great sport, it's really, really great sport, guys. It's awesome. And I'm learning. And my man Flex here from Australia is one of many Aussies that have been helping me out along the way, promoting this incredible sport. I just found out recently that New York has a footy team, Australian rules football team. The New York Magpies, US AFL it's called. I'm going to be looking into that. So, Manav, going to get Panda Express for Chinese food for dinner tonight, Johnny, in a few minutes. Ryan Leaf is a joke, Johnny. Ryan Leaf is a joke. And I would like some Panda Express. That would be nice. You give me some sesame chicken and fly it over this way, Manav. That'd be awesome. Goodini, another cellar dweller accounted for. Goodini in the basement. The Knicks and the Lakers, same team, slightly different records. Both teams like two different teams at any moment. Consistency is key to be successful in this league. Yes, And Godini, right now, the last 4 games, the Knicks and the Rangers had turning points. Turning points. The Knicks dropped a really bad one against the Dallas Mavericks. I said earlier, they were up by 15 and lost by 21. Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose have been benched since that game. McBride and Grimes have come out, stepped up defensively big time, big time. The Knicks have won 4 in a row. Yes, 3 of the teams are kind of doormats, but they did beat the Cavs. They beat the Hawks. They beat the Hornets, and then they beat the Kings. The Rangers, after losing the 3 doormats in a row, Jacob Trouba, Tatum, take a ride on the Trouba train, man. The captain of the team threw his helmet, went off on his own players, cursing at everybody. Team woke up, went out and played top teams in the league. The Blues, who are, come on, Mitchell. Oh, come on. Then the Vegas Knights, we beat them. Then we just had a big win against the Devils. So they have woken up and they beat the defending champion Colorado Avalanche in the shootout. So both teams right now are rolling, but consistency, Godini, is true. Consistency. The Knicks right now are more of a running team. They have young guys on this team that are outstanding players, man, that I think if you keep developing them, they can come out. The Knicks are missing an alpha player. The Knicks right now, maybe coached a little bit differently here and there, maybe different coach altogether. I don't know. But like Kendrick Perkins, I said this earlier, Godini, said, how much more can you possibly expect out of the Knicks team? How much more can we expect? Make the playoffs. They're 6th seed. They are the 6th seed. Make the playoffs. Win a round. Show us these young players are developing better. I'm excited about the Knicks. They're up by 5 points, by the way, with 9 minutes to go in the third. Manav, I left off at your Chinese food, which I'm jealous right now. Godini, the Knicks and Lakers, I read that. Gunner, the hit by Milano was a brutal one. He hit him square in the ribs. I was screaming, throw it away when he took the sack from Shaq Lawson. Dude, Mike White, when you really slow that down and see the replay, honest to God, man, he was folded like a lawn chair, man. That dude, I don't even know how he came back in the game. He got so much respect, man. We can go on and on about Mike White, man, but he's got to come out Sunday, and we're going to do it. How inspiring, man. We're going to do it. The Lions have been playing some great ball after starting the season. Where were they, 1-5? They were terrible. Now, Lions are dangerous. Jaguars are playing better. Flex. This is a more recent of all beginner's guide video. There is a more recent of beginner's guide video the AFL posted 2 months ago. I'll have to check that out, man. I'm always willing to learn more. Always. Gunner, you watched the Sabres game last night. It was 0-0 going into the third. Then Buffalo scored 6 within 8 minutes. Really? I didn't see highlights of that. Oh, I got to check that out. Anderson's 43 career shutout. Greg Anderson, great veteran to have on your team. Oh, come on. DeRozan just hit it. Here we go. Where's Scott? Scott will pop back in here. 73-67 Knicks. 8 minutes left in the third. We're going for 5 straight here. 5 straight wins. I love that they're playing Grimes a lot more. Jericho Sims, again, needs to be out on the floor more. But when Robinson's out there, that's the starter all day. Boom! Barrett. Barrett's been killing it lately, too. Killing it. Barrett's last freaking 10 games, he has a 20.4 points average. He's averaging 20.4 points a game the last 10 games for RJ. He's got 6.8 rebounds, which is more than normal, and 3.1 assists coming into tonight. Hitting 43.9, basically 44% from the field and 35% from three-land. RJ's been playing lately in the last 19 games, been looking really, last 10 games, been looking really good. They got to be consistent, though, like Godini said. They got to be consistent. Flex, there is more recent. Oh, I read that. Gunner, you watched? I read that. Okay, we're caught up. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, like button. Back tomorrow, Rangers, Maple Leafs. 7:35 left, 76-67 Knicks. Get that, Robin. Oh, what a shot. Levine right over Robinson. A jumping Robinson, too, man. Levine's got 16. He's 7 of 14 from the field. What a shot. What a shot. Got to give credit where credit's due. Brunson, oh, man, right off the rim. This is what I don't like. 70, it's a 6-point game right now. The Bulls are 11th in the East. I know Lonzo's been out for a little while. I thought the Bulls were going to be a little bit better. I thought they could be better than this. I don't know a lot about what's been going on with the Bulls for me to make statements, but I thought they were going to be better than this. Offensive foul where? On the road? Wait a minute. I got to back up. Hold on. Oh, yeah, he did. Barrett put his his shoulder right into his chest. Gunna. Tage Thompson is having an MVP caliber season at the rate he's going. 23 goals and 21 assists. Yo, remember when we were all talking about the Sabres? Hold on a second. Hold on. Come on, man. Come on, Knicks. They're rushing shots like their shot clock is at 1. Slow down. Slow the game down. Come on, guys. Here's Randall at the 3. Come on, man. The Knicks are coming down and rushing shots like they have no time, man. Like they have no time to move the ball. Boy, oh boy, man. What is going on? Oh, there's a foul. Where? Knicks are on a bad stretch right now. Bad stretch. Bad stretch, guys. On a bad stretch right now. Remember, Gunnar, when we were talking before the season even started, I told you guys that the Sabres have a good young squad. They're going to get better and better. Like the Rangers, we're getting better and better, man, over the course of the time. They can have a breakout time at any moment. They can have a breakout time. Look at the Devils this year. Jack Hughes is a monster. Jack Hughes is a name that's going to be around a long time. How about Alexander Ovechkin? 800 goals. He is a unique category with who? Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Alexander Ovechkin. 800 goals, guys. And he can reach Gretzky's record for everybody to think he's too old to do it. Talk about older players in the league. Brady, LeBron, you hear about them all the time. You don't hear much about Ovechkin. Dude's an older guy in late 30s. I think he's 38. Put that up. Get that board. Mitchell got it. Foul. Come on, another foul on the Knicks? This is a horrendous third quarter for them. Horrendous third quarter. They're falling apart. We're up by 4 points, and every time we get the ball, we're getting an offensive foul. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Gunnar, watch out. But yeah, I was saying, Jack Hughes, the Devils, man, wow. For the Rangers to come back the way they did in Ovechkin, that's what I was at. 800 goals. 800 goals. Amazing. Now, if he had been on a team like Crosby was on, forget it. He would have multiple rings for everybody saying, oh, he only won 1. Only won 1. Crosby's won 3. Crosby is another outstanding player of this era, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greats of all time. To me, he's not the player Ovechkin is. He's not. He has more tools and maybe more, I don't know, but some people love Crosby over Ovechkin. I'll take Ovechkin all day. Put Ovechkin on those Penguin teams with Letang and Malkin and Marc-Andre Fleury and net. Let's see how many rings he gets there. And Crosby's a huge part of those rings. I'm not even taking anything away from him. I'm just saying he had a far better team around him than Ovechkin's had most of his career. And one of the greatest goalies of this era, Marc-Andre Fleury. Manav, going out to get my dinner now, Johnny, from Panda Express. You keep rubbing it. Enjoy. Like I said, get a sesame chicken, pork fried rice. Flex. Pity, I miss a lot of your Sunday streams so early Monday morning for us. I know, Flex, it's okay. I'll be doing I'm doing the Bills and the Dolphins, Flex, Saturday night, 8:15 Eastern United States time. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins are playing at 8:15 that night. I'm doing that game if you want to drop in there. I'm doing the Jets and Lions at 1. I flip out on the Jets, but I'm going to be a big Bills fan because I really do need them to beat the Dolphins. I really do, because the Jets already beat the Dolphins once. So, Flex, anytime you can drop in is much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. Gunnar, how long has Crosby been playing? He's up there as well. Crosby came out in 2005, like around the time that LeBron came out, 2004, 2005. No, the first ballot Hall of Famer. Ovechkin, man, is the player of the era. People argue Crosby. You can argue Crosby. You can say he has more tools than Ovechkin. Ovechkin was his own enforcer too, by the way. Someone messed with Ovechkin. You really have to worry about what enforcer's coming at you. Ovechkin was his own enforcer. The guy had an amazing slap shot, amazing around the team. Like I said, put him on. It sounds like I'm downing Crosby when I say put Ovechkin on Crosby's teams. I'm not downing him. I'm just saying he's always had caliber around him all up and down the wall. Daniel, little bit of Mets history. I watched the game in the Polo Ground. Oh my gosh, Polo Grounds. And caught a foul ball off the bat of Hawk Taylor. Did you really? You know, you still have that ball, I'm sure. 76-75, the Knicks just blew the lead. The lead is now blown. This is the Bulls' first lead of the game. First lead of the game, 77-76. The Knicks have fallen apart in the third quarter. Falling apart. There's Hartenstein. Why is Sims not in the game? There's Hartenstein again standing around. I mean, come on, man. What is he doing? Hartenstein standing around, man. Come on, man. That's what I said. Sims needs to be playing more. Daniel, I know you still have that foul ball. You have to still have that foul ball. All the games I go to, the most I've ever done? I caught, when they go around with the T-shirt thing? Boom, boom, boom. The Bills Jets game just recently. I've been going to games since I was a kid. I was a kid with my father, going to plenty of games. The first thing I ever caught out of any game was a T-shirt. A Jets T-shirt at the Jets-Bills game at MetLife back in November. And you know the shirt I caught? Was 2 sizes too small. I gave it to another fan sitting nearby. I couldn't even fit the thing. That's the only thing I ever caught. Bruin, I think he's been playing as long as Ovechkin. Yeah, Bruin. Crow's been around a long time. I remember when they were talking about Sid the Kid and LeBron coming out. They were like the new futures. The 2 guys that they said were the futures of the game, and they nailed it on both of them, man. How many times do we hear futures of the game and some of these guys turn out to be duds in any sport? In any sport, right? Ryan Leaf, there's one. Oh, yeah, caught, Daniel. I knew what you were saying. No problem. Manav, did I read that already? I did. Okay, Manav, we'll see you when you get back, buddy. Bruin, awesome, Daniel. Yeah, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. That's, like I said, Daniel brings great history. I'm so happy to have him in the chat, man. He brings a lot of great history with baseball, great history with hockey. Love it, Daniel. We love that here in the basement, man. Oh, I'm so happy to have you in here, man. Roy, the Knicks are beyond frustrating me. I know, man. I know. Scott said it. We're talking too soon. We know that, but we talk it because that's what we do. That's what we do. We're obnoxious New Yorkers and we talk it. And if we have to eat it, no, then I'll eat it. Then we'll eat it. Gunnar, your comparison is not far off. It's like swapping Marino and Kelly, right? Right. That's a good one, Raleigh. Or Marino and Montana. All of them individually talented, but Marino was on the least talented team. Imagine him with Reed. And I'll even throw in there, Gunnar. He also had Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly. Had Thurman Thomas. Dan Marino never had a running back. Dan Marino came out. He had Tony Nathan. All right, see if you recognize any of these names. Tony Nathan, Terry Kirby, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, there was a running back named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You recognize any of these names? Dan Marino made Mark Duper and Mark Clayton look far better than they were. They were really good receivers, far better than they were. Had that Jets team drafted Dan Marino, and I love Ken O'Brien. I got nothing bad to say about Ken O'Brien. He has numbers that actually were more impressive than Joe Namath, really, outside of the Super Bowl. You give Dan Marino, Wesley Walker, Al Toon, Freeman McNeil at running back, and you had the sack exchange on defense. Klecko, Gassino, Abdul Salam, Marty Lyons. Are you kidding me? Hey, Rocco. Come on up, buddy. Got matching jerseys on today, me and Rocco. Matching jerseys. Knicks, baby. Matching jerseys. So, yeah, Dan Marino, by the way. All right, come on, Brunson. Get something going. Hit that, RJ. You have to hit that. And he did. 3 points. Knicks got the lead back, up by 2, 79-78, 3:45 left in the third quarter. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, Rocco. Right. So the Dan Marino, I think it was Troy Aikman that was saying it. Forget rings. If you're going to start a team with a quarterback and they're all the same age, you start that team with Dan Marino. Period. But Dan Marino never gets brought up because of what? Oh, well, he didn't get any rings. Okay, Trent Dilfer has a ring. Who you taking? Bubby Brister has a ring. Who you taking? Mark Rippon has a ring. Who you taking? Henrik Lundqvist, one of the greatest goalies of all time, is not allowed in the conversation because he has no ring. Well, he had played on a lot of teams that didn't have a lot of shooters. It's insane. I always call Henrik Lundqvist the Dan Marino of hockey. Come on, he's wide open. Where's the defense? Come on. All right, he missed it. Thank goodness he missed that corner three. We're tied at 79. We're tied at 79. Come on now. Daniel, I watched Lou Alcindor play in high school for the Power Memorial, and I read Lou Alcindor's book way back. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for everybody that doesn't know who we're talking about, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, outstanding. And not for nothing, I'm going to throw something in here in a minute. Hold on. 81-79 Knicks, 2:20 left in the third quarter. And make that 81-81. All right, let's go, Knicks. Come on. Daniel. And anybody else for that matter. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is never mentioned in the GOAT conversation. Isn't that a little weird? He's an all-time player. He's a Hall of Famer. He's won 6 rings, and he did it on 2 different teams, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Lakers. So, and he's not even in the conversation. You can put him, you can argue him against Jordan if you wanted to. He's got 6 rings. He's a Hall of Famer. You can argue he's one of the greatest centers, if not the greatest center of all time. The all-time points leader, too. LeBron's eventually going to beat that, but all-time points leader. Did it on 2 different teams. He can't be in the conversation? He can't be in the conversation? Of course he can. You could argue it all day. You can. You could argue it. Sure you can. Brunson. Hit that 3, baby. That's it. Again, I don't understand why Hartenstein gets so much time. I just don't get it. Raleigh, what Knick current jersey should I get? I haven't gotten any other than Carmelo's because we haven't had a constant star since him. RJ Barrett. I got an RJ Barrett. That's the only current Knick I got, man. RJ Barrett. That's the one you get, Raleigh. Because I get a lot of older players. I try to get the legends of each team that I like. But current players, which is rare for me. Come on, Brunson, you got that. All right, Knicks up 87-83 right now, minute 41 left in the third. Current players on any team that I have right now, Sauce Gardner, RJ Barrett. CJ Mosley. I got CJ Mosley because, man, that guy's a beast. CJ Mosley. Those are the 3 current players that I got. And RJ Barrett. That's it. Those are the current players. Everybody else I try to have are players that are legends of each team. Gunnar, Marino had good receivers throughout his career, but he never had Andre Reed, Jerry Rice, Michael Irving. And the list of that era goes on. He throws 6,000. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's like I said earlier, hold on. Where's the defense? Get on him. He's too old. There you go. Good, McBride. Got right in on him, man. Took that 3 away. Took that opportunity away. McBride, good defense overall. He made him work. He made him work for that. Made him work. Gunnar, where was I at? Oh, Jerry, you're right, dude. Randall, hit the 3. There you go. Now the Knicks are talking up 92-85. Under a minute left in the third quarter. It was like John Elway with the receivers he had. He never had a running back until Terrell Davis, not Sammy Winder, Steve Sewell, not the running backs you're going to want until he got Terrell Davis, right? John Elway brought above-average teams to the Super Bowl and ran into buzzsaws. In Montana. That was the worst Super Bowl. You could argue the Peyton Manning versus Seahawks was just as bad, but 55-10 is bad. That was a beatdown. That's when the AFC lost 17 years in a row to the NFC. 17 years in a row since the Raiders beat the Redskins. The Raiders with Marcus Allen, Jim Plunkett beat John Reagan's Redskins. We didn't win another one all the way until 98. 97 when John Elway beat Brett Favre and the Packers. That is a long, long, long stretch. 83 to 97. Long stretch, guys. So Terrell Davis was monstrous in stopping that and being a part of that great team that the Broncos had. Flex, I only have a Sons Johnson jersey. I think it is. Kevin Johnson, that's a great jersey to have. He was a great player on the Suns. Sure. Great one to have. No problem there. Kevin Johnson was a famous Phoenix Sun. Good one, man. It's a good one. Flex, Andre Gayes came to my school as a kid and gave out a heap of the basketball stuff. I got a Suns hat and was, oh, that's cool, man. It's been a Suns fan ever since. That's awesome, man. See how things can just start off when the players come out and do the right thing. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, like button, drop some comments. We're going into the fourth quarter right now with the Knicks holding on to a lead. They had a horrendous third quarter, but made up for it at the end. They've only given up the lead once. The Bulls went ahead 77-76 in the third quarter. The Knicks have gotten back on track and pulled ahead again. Let's see if they can hold on here in the fourth quarter. Let's see if Rocco's going to stay awake or if he's going to go to sleep, or we're going to be hanging out with him, because my regular cellar dwellers all know when Rocco's awake, he's awake. And he was asleep for most of this time. He's 11 years old, for everybody that doesn't know. He's the basement mascot. Gunner, one of my favorite plays of that Bronco team was when they had Davis go into a game despite having the migraine. Amen. That made him barely see just to sell the fake run play. Gunner, man, great history, man. Great history, Gunner. That was good, man. That's exactly why. Because if Terrell Davis didn't go in that game, they would never believe, the Packers would never believe that they were going to run that ball. They wouldn't even worried about it. You have Terrell Davis in there, you have to respect that dude might run the ball. Great play. That was a great one, Gunner. Real good one, man. Love it, man. That was a good one. I like that, man. That was a good one, man. Wow. That was really a key moment to that game. Key moment to that game. So, and even so, the Packers trying to come back at the end of that game when Steve Atwater and Tyrone Braxton, that's who it was. Steve Atwater and Tyrone Braxton collided with each other. And, man, it's like you can't lose either one of those guys, especially Steve Atwater, when the game is on the line. You don't need that dude out of the game. He was one of the hardest hitting safeties from back then. And for anybody that didn't know or didn't see it, YouTube Steve Atwater's hit on Christian Okoye. Nobody hit that dude like that. Nobody hit Christian Okoye head up like that. Steve Atwater is a very underrated, overlooked safety when we talk about the great safeties like Ed Reed and Ronnie Lott, Palomalu. Steve Atwater's name is not mentioned as often as it should be. Wore number 27 on the Broncos. Look him up if you don't know who I'm talking about. Guy was an amazing safety and hard hitter. And, of course, the Jets got him when his career was already past, like we did with Ronnie Lott, but that's a different story. That's back when the Jets signed big names. Hey, you were good 5 years ago? Get over here, man. We'll sign you. You're way past your prime. You're a New York Jet now. That's how we did things back then. Daniel, name out of the past Billy Cunningham, ex-Philadelphia 76. We was in high school at the same time, Erasmus Hall High School. Wow, Daniel. Daniel, man, you should write a book. You got some great history, Daniel. Wow. Name out of the past, no doubt, Daniel. That's a big name out of the past. Now, Daniel, you're a Lightning fan, by the way. I meant to ask you this the other day. Do you remember when John Tortorella was fired, let go after they won the Cup in 2004? They brought in Barry Melrose. Do you remember that? Me, as a Ranger fan, would have hoped to all high heavens that they would have traded a young guy named Steven Stamkos to the Rangers. I would have loved that. He actually wanted to do that, Daniel. Do you remember this? He actually had an idea of moving Barry Melrose. It was an insane hire. Oh, Sims, thank you. Sims is in the game. Jericho Sims. He's one of my favorite young Knicks on this team. Guy comes in, he's a baller, grabs boards, blocks shots. Again, if he could just develop a shot, watch out. Anyway, Daniel, do you remember this? Barry Melrose, a freaking analyst who hadn't coached since the Kings, so it'd been a few years. He wanted to trade a young Steven Stamkos to possibly the Rangers. What? Bring him over here. I would have taken that all day. No one knew of Stamkos back then. But, wow. This is your analyst? Mr. Melrose himself, who still rocks the greatest Joe Dirt mullet ever, man. He rocks that thing. He was going to do that. Thankfully, they got rid of him and they brought in Guy Boucher to take over the Lightning coach. And Guy Boucher was really good for the Lightning at that time. And then, of course, John Cooper came in, and the rest is history. So, Gunner, Elway and his helicopter jump, which I'm pretty sure was for a TD. That's Elway, man, bringing it. Here's a good trivia question for you guys to ask other people. Besides Tom Brady, who's the only other quarterback to start in 5 Super Bowls? Not be in 5 Super Bowls, to start in 5 Super Bowls. Brady, Elway. That's it. Elway, of course, is 2-3 in the Super Bowls that he was in. He was 2-3. He lost to 3 teams that were just better than the Broncos, period. But he won 2. And that was the year they beat the Jets in the 98 AFC Championship game, which the Jets themselves, if they had made the Super Bowl then, they would have smashed out Chris Chandler and Jamal Anderson, the Dirty Birds, and Dan Reeves and all that. They would have smashed them out, no doubt. So that John Elway, he's a legend, man. He's a legend. He's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, last 2 minutes of the game comeback kid, man. Comeback kid. You can argue it. Everybody says Brady and these other guys. I get it, but you can argue Elway. You can argue it. Easily argue it. Gunner, Elway, and I read that. Gunner, who is the bigger hitter, Brian Dawkins or Sean Taylor? I never saw them play, so I can't pick as all I've seen are highlights of them. Wow. Gunner, that's a hell of a question, man, because now we're getting into the, Ronnie Lott, Atwater, Dawkins, Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor, man, he was a monster hitter. You guys, Bills fans, if you haven't seen it, look at the hit he put on the punter, Brian Moorman, your punter in the Pro Bowl. I mean, he leveled him. But that's the type of hits he did normally. So I would take Sean Taylor over Dawkins, and that is just like a 1A, 1 and 1A kind of thing. You can pick your poison on either one, and both of them are going to do the job. Both of them were outstanding in their day, man. Just both of them were incredible players, man. Incredible hitters. Amazing. But again, Ed Reed from that era, I'll take over both of them. Daniel, Melrose was a fool. You remember that. Yes, I remember that. I was going to Lightning games then. I told everybody, people can't believe I'm a Lightning fan. That's my second favorite team. I went to so many games. I told you I trucked the country. I trucked all around the country. So we did live in different areas at different times. I went to a ton of Lightning games when I could. It's the most fabulous time I've ever been to. The tickets were so freaking cheap. So cheap, man. We had third level, right in the corner by the goalie, first row, right up. You could see everything. And the goalies back then, when I was going to games, was Niittymaki and Mike Smith. Mike Smith and Niittymaki were the goalies back then. And Dan Ellis. Dan Ellis was another goalie. Then came along Dwayne Rolliston, who was great on the Oilers, and then he had a good run with the Islanders. Dwayne Rolliston was the next one in there. So, yeah, I know a little bit about the Lightning, Daniel. Flex. Been some Aussie punters in the Super Bowl from my memory. Ben Graham, I think, was one. Ben Graham was one, and I was told that before by somebody else. Good defense, stay on him. 92-90 Knicks, 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This game has come down to being a tight one. As we anticipated, the Knicks might choke up a little bit. Damn! Bulls back on top, 93-92. Remember when this series in the 90s, the Knicks and the Bulls, man, they were bloodbaths, man. They were fighting series. Charles Smith, I remember from that time, too. A gazillion layup attempts and misses them all. I think it was 5, but it felt like a million. You know what's funny? Charles Smith gets a lot of blame, and in his defense, John Starks missed a wide-open Patrick Ewing going right up the paint, going right up the middle, missed them completely. You never hear about that. You don't even hear about Starks choking that whole Game 7 away more than you hear Charles Smith. Charles Smith is considered the GOAT of that whole series. And for the younger guys in here, you didn't want to be called the GOAT back then. You didn't want to be called the GOAT of the game, the GOAT of the playoffs. You didn't want to be called the GOAT back then. The GOAT means you were the bad, worst player out there, the buffoon. Charles Smith gets a lot of hate for those layups when John Starks should get equal or more. Because more was expected out of Starks. That's why. You guys know by now I'm not a Starks fan. Flex, been some Aussie punters. I read that. Yeah, man. Gunnar, whoop. These guys are getting wide open. Thank goodness he missed. Good rebound, McBride. Wide open, 93-93, 10 and a half left in the game. 10 and a half left in the game. Let's go, RJ. Let's go. Raleigh, RJ Barrett. That's the jersey to get. He's going to be on the Knicks for a long time. He's the one. There he is going in right now, driving the lane and dropping two. RJ, right there. Gunnar. I remember the hit on Mormon. Yep, and I love how Mormon jumped up and ran over to Taylor to tell him great hit. That's just respect for the game. I loved it too. Daniel Sulfur, good night, Johnny. See you tomorrow. Daniel, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for bringing the great history to the basement. I freaking love it. I could talk it all day. You're older than I am. Not by a lot, but you are, and you bring in great history, man, and I really love it, Daniel. I really appreciate you being here, sir. You have a great night. Guys, just lost what I was going to say. Why? Because we're in the basement. Come on now, Knicks. We're getting down to the wire here. We're up by 2 points right now. 9.5 and counting. Get that. Come on, man. Foul on quickly. Come on, guys. Come on. Good move by RJ, but it's awesome, man. Great shot. Great shot. Yeah, Gunnar, I know what I was going to say now. Gunnar. It's just like when they asked Mike White about the hits from Lawson, the hits from Milano, and the other hits that he took as our line just was not available all game. And Mike White, what did he say? Man, that's football. That's football. He respected it. Mike White said that's football. The hits, it's football, man. It's part of the game. I love that, man. That's what you're supposed to say. The hits were clean. None of them were dirty. None of them were flag worthy. Loved it, man. Loved every second of it. You know I'm doing the Bills game Saturday night, Bills Dolphins, Jets Lions right here. Basement balling all weekend, guys. Basement balling all weekend. Rangers tomorrow night, Bills Saturday night, Jets Sunday afternoon, and maybe the Rangers Sunday night. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that yet, but I will commit to the other three. That's what we're doing. All right, guys, 97-97. Randall just made it 98-97 on the free throw. Let's go. Looked like he got a T. I missed something. there. Come on, Knicks. Come on. Up by 1. DeRozan's bringing it up right now. Grimes is on him, man. Like I said, these young guys are playing great defense recently. It's been a great stretch for the Knicks. $8:31 to go. We're up by 1 point. It's going to be down to the wire. Gunnar, this Saturday is the most important remaining game. If they win, we need the Bengals game to take the division. We'd only need the Patriots and Bears game. Gunnar, I need you guys to beat the Dolphins, and I fully expect you to. That just helps the Jets out tremendously because we've already beaten the Dolphins once. So that helps the Jets out big time. The Jets need to win out. I don't like looking at all these things and relying on this team. I hope that team loses. I knew the Patriots were going to beat the Cardinals. Kyler Murray in or out. I knew they were going to beat the Cardinals. People ask, why didn't you do that game, Johnny? That's important for your Jets. Because I already knew the Patriots were not going to lose that game. The Cardinals are a dumpster fire of a team. I knew. The Patriots have a great defense, an amazing defense. Mac Jones in the second half of that game, looked really good. He was confident, well poised. He looked like he was taking on a good leadership role there. I don't like praising the Patriots, but again, if we're going to do things and say things correctly, the casual fan that doesn't really watch sports like all of us do will say, oh, well, I'm not going to praise them because I don't like them. Well, you got to. When there's certain things going on, you have to give credit where credit's due. And I knew the Patriots were not going to lose that game. They had, without Bill Belichick, the Patriots would not be where they are. Period. They would not be where they are. They'd have about 2 or 3 wins, maybe. Seriously, Belichick is a big reason why that team is where they're at. And it's similar to the Jets, meaning monster defenses, but they have offenses that aren't caught up to that yet. That's what's going on with both teams. Seriously. So I knew they were going to beat Arizona. So, and they had the tiebreaker over the Jets. So that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now when it comes to the playoff picture. So I need the Bills to beat the Dolphins. So we're within 1 game of the Dolphins right now. We're within 1 game. And I think the Jets can beat the Dolphins even with Tua, because everybody said, well, you guys didn't. You know what's funny to me? We're at commercial right now. Anybody joining us or wondering why we're not talking about the Knicks at the moment, we're at commercial. We have a lot of diversity in the basement anyway. So all year I've been hearing, not from you guys, all year I've been hearing, well, Sauce didn't face Tua and Tyreek. Well, Sauce hasn't faced Justin Jefferson. Well, Sauce. First of all, DJ Reed deserves a lot of credit for the game he's playing too, guys. A lot of credit. All year I've been hearing, wait till this week, oh, he'll never beat Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to smoke Sauce all day. Guy, Sauce Gardner is incredible. And for the people that hate on him or tell me Quinnen Williams is overrated, I love hearing the hate. Rocco hates hearing it too. I love hearing the hate because that means these guys are great. How is Quinnen Williams overrated? How is Sauce Gardner all of a sudden? Every week I hear how he's going to get smoked. By who? What testament that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs have a hard time connecting against the Jets secondary. That's not because this is a Super Bowl contender, like expected to win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is phenomenal. Stephon Diggs is one of the greatest receivers in the game. So for Sauce and DJ to be able to shut that down, that's not luck. That is skill. You need to be a highly skilled cover guy to even be able to stand with those guys. Come on. The haters are ridiculous. That's a casual fan that's just hating that says stuff like that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we're all educated fans in the chat. That's why I always say we don't have the biggest chat, but we have the most educated, knowledgeable, great chat going on in here, guys, because you guys bring it strong. We all call each other out when we make a mistake. That's why I love coming on here. I love coming on here because you guys make it happen, and the rapport we have is awesome. Come on, Randall, let's go. 99-98, we're down by 1. Come on, quickly, you got that. You got that. Hit that 3. There you go, quickly. We're up by 2 now, 101-99, just under 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Justin, another cellar dweller accounted for. Justin's in the basement. What's going on, Justin? All right, brother, good to see you, man. I always like seeing Justin. You never know when Justin's going to pop in, but he always shows up and supports the channel. Like button, Justin. Hit that like button, Justin. Subscribe, bell notice. I already know you have that. Hit the like button. Bruin, have a good one. Daniel, okay. Buffalo is in control of their own. Gunner, Buffalo is in control of their own destiny right now, which I love. We went out with the #1 seed. All they need to go is 3-1 to take the division. And why shouldn't you? I told you, my pick was Buffalo at the start of the season. Kansas City, you guys got them. You guys got them. There's no way you're losing to Kansas City. It's like the Yankees and the Astros. They can't get the Astros off their back. You guys can get the Chiefs off your back. Come on, Caruso just hit one, man. 1-0, we're tied up, 101-101. It's going to come down to the wire. Down to the wire. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Come on. And Caruso's done nothing. He's played 21 minutes. He has 4 points. But that was an important shot there. Come on, Randall. Don't force it, Randall. I love Julius Randle. I'm not a big hater of him. I like him, but I think he forces things too much. Look at him. Man, shoot that. See, Randall held on to the ball too long there, trying to make something happen that wasn't there. Now we're running out of time. You got to kick it out to Quickly, who's got to rush a 3-pointer, and he missed it. That's what I don't like about Randall. Levine missed a 3. Levine missed a deep 3. Deep 3. Grimes bringing it up. Where am I at? Come on, Randall. Beautiful. That's what I like Julius Randle there. He always gives 110% every game. Manav, someone's still waiting for her third item at Panda Express. Her food is getting cold. I would be mad. I guess I would be too. Manav, thanks for always updating your every move. We love it. We love it, Manav. Thank you. Gunner, your defense. Hold on, Gunner. Hold on, Gunner. McBride's got him. Come on, man. 103, 101. Let's keep increasing the lead. I almost lost my place. Let's go. Come on, Randall. Holding on to the ball too long. Fade away. Beautiful follow-up by Robinson. Beautiful, man. Mitchell Robinson right there to bring it home. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good heads-up play by Mitchell Robinson. 105, 101. A little over 7 minutes left in the fourth. They called a timeout. Back to the chat. What do you got? I left off at Gunner, right? Gunner, your defense. Oh, the Jets defense is honestly only second to the 49ers this season. Buffalo would be if they healthy. If you had an offense, you're Super Bowl contenders. Buffalo was the same way in 2019. Yep, Gunner, and I appreciate that because you saw my vid too. It's true. The Jets are what the Buffalo Bills were in 2019. So when you're Bills fans, Bills Mafia have been fans a long time. We already had this conversation. Jet fans, Bill fans, loyalty, dumpster fire teams forever, punching bags, all that. We've done all this. When you guys first realized in 2019, hey, wait a minute. This Josh Allen kid is actually pretty freaking good. Our offense is looking good. Our defense is keeping us in games. This was the Bills in 2019. Our defense is keeping us in games. And the offense and Josh Allen, they were playoff contenders and they made the playoffs, but they weren't what they are now. Knowing how to win versus 2019, learning how to win. That's where the Jets are now. Super Bowl caliber defense, and I agree with you, Gunner. Second to maybe the 49ers. For a defense to frustrate Josh Allen and the Bills offense, Diggs and them 2 times, that's a tall order, man, a real tall order. That's a testament to the Jets defense. But they're learning how to win. Handing the ball to Michael Carter at the end of the game when Bam Knight is doing the work, fumbled the ball, you're not in the game that often. You only had 5 carries the whole game, 4 carries to that point. Why is he getting the ball? I mentioned this earlier. You weren't in here when I mentioned that, Gunner, but same as Braxton Berrios, end of the game, important time. Why is he the go-to guy? Why isn't Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore in that position at the end of the game against Minnesota? These are the things about learning how to win versus knowing how to win. Speaking of that, put it up, RJ. Put it up. In. Let's go. Right. Increase that lead. 107, 103 Knicks, 5:20 left in the fourth quarter. That's what we're talking about right there. That's it. But it's going to be fun, Gunner and Bills Mafia, to see the Jets and Bills fighting for the division versus fighting for last place, as we did for many years. The Dolphins and Patriots with their teams will not be able to keep up with the Bills and the Jets. The Dolphins have good offense, no defense. No defense. None. And the Jets get Breece Hall back next year. Don't forget about Breece Hall. 7 games through 7 weeks at a 5.8 yards per carry average. Hit that 3, Randall. Damn. Come on, man. We're up by 2 now. 4:40 left in the fourth. It's coming down. That's a 2. That's not a 3. That's a 2. His foot was on the line. Levine's foot was on the line. How are they giving him 3? Let's see that again. His foot was well inside the line. It was not a 3. It wasn't even on the line. It was over the line. If you guys didn't know, or anybody's not watching, the game's on ESPN. So, yeah, Gunner, I agree with you, man. People think I'm being biased. They're like, to me, it's like when people tell me, this is casual fans, right? Quinnen Williams is overrated. Dude's got 10 sacks, more than any other interior lineman. Ask the guys that have to block Quinnen Williams how overrated he is. None of them will say that. How many teams you think right now that are playoff ready, I don't care if it's the Chiefs, the Bengals, whoever, I would say, yeah, I would pick the Jets. I would love to face that defense in the in the playoffs. Nobody would say that. Maybe the Jets offense isn't caught up, but nobody would say, yeah, I'll look forward to playing up against that defense. Nobody would say it. Nobody. And we've had injuries too on offense. Losing Breece Hall was monster loss. Bam Knight, they've been playing since the Bears game consistently. I wish they would have played that dude a lot sooner, because that dude, I can see why they call him Bam. Zonovan Knight, I can see why they call him Bam. The dude is a bull. That guy can run. But Breece Hall is the man. Michael Carter, great versatile back out of the backfield, got good hands, the whole thing. So anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell on those like button, hit that like button, smash everything on there, man. Let's do it. Come on, Brunson. Kick it out. Come on, Grimes, hit that three. Yes. That was important three. The kids are playing 110 to 107. They did take the point away from Levine, by the way. It went from 108 to 107. Get that. Good that. Come on, RJ. Good block, RJ. Good block. Less than 4 minutes out. Grimes again for three from the corner. Missed it. We got it back. Barrett, come on. Oh, Mitchell Robinson, bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home. That's it. Bring it home. They were missing layups. Mitchell took the ball and was like, hey, watch out, guys. Boom. That's how you bring it home. Mitchell Robinson is just a great traditional center, man. If he had a shot, watch out. But he's a great traditional center, man. He gets the boards. He gets the minutes. I'm telling you, man, I like him a lot, man. Like Mitchell Robinson a lot. Gunner, the 49. Hold on. Randall, come on, man. Offensive foul. Was that a charge? Come on, let's see that. Come on, man. Wait a minute. Caruso wasn't even set. He was still moving. That's BS, man. Caruso wasn't even set. He wasn't even set. He was still moving. How is that a charge? Oh, boy. 112-109, man. Just under 3 minutes left in the game. Gunner, the 49ers were the only NFC team I don't want to play in the Super Bowl. Hell yeah, man. That defense is ridiculous. If they make it, they're winning it. That defense is just too good not to. Dude, look what that defense did to the Dolphins offense. Brunson, what a shot. Way to drive the lane, Brunson. Way to drive the lane. Dude, that guy, Gunner. I mean, look what they did to the offense of the 49ers. And they had Mr. Irrelevant come in at quarterback, Brock Purdy. Nick Bosa and company are monsters on that defense. Oh, Mitchell, man, he knocked that right out of your hands. That was important. We needed that. 2:11 left. Yeah, what? That's ridiculous, man. Come on. Come on, man. You don't call it on Caruso, who was still moving, but you call it on Brunson? He was set. Crazy, man. 114-109, 2:07 left in the game. DeRozan's at the line right now. You know what? I'll give a shout out too here, Gunner. And guys, the Broncos, another team. Getting Russell Wilson, they have Jerry Jeudy. I should have put them over the top. The Broncos have one of the great defenses in this game. The Broncos defense is no joke, man. When you look at their games, they're in most games, man. The Broncos defense, who saw Russell Wilson being terrible? Well, when Pete Carroll, remember, he picked Russell Wilson over Matt Flynn, the big money signing the Seahawks made back then. Now, Pete Carroll noticed that he saw something in Russell Wilson he didn't like anymore, got rid of him, kept Geno Smith, and everybody thought he was crazy. Who's having a better season? Pete Carroll knows a little bit about quarterbacks. Come on, Randall. 8-7 clocks. Come on, Randall, you go. Come on, Randall. Now you got to make Brunson force it. Come on. Get the rebound, Mitchell. Beautiful. Kick it out. Kick it out. New clock. New shot clock. Slow it down. Here goes Randall again. Randall's double covered and puts it up anyway. Second on the shot clock. Listen, man, like I told you guys, I don't hate Randall. A lot of Knicks fans, I don't know why they do. I understand some points, though. He forces things or holds onto the ball too long and then forces shots, man. Well, he got the foul there because he had to put it up there. But he gets that ball, man. I don't know what he's going to do. He should be playing off the ball more than anything else. So, Gunner, I agree with you on the 49ers there. Definitely agree with you there, brother. No doubt. The 49ers, honestly, who's going to beat them in the playoffs? I mean, look at that, man. The Buccaneers, what do you guys feel about this? What do you guys feel about this? Do you like the idea that a team that could have, let's just say 10 or 11 wins won't make the playoffs because the Buccaneers or somebody else has that losing record and they're going to make it into playoffs? If they have a losing record at the time, the division winner goes in. Remember, the only time that's ever happened was the Seahawks when they were 7-9, made the playoffs. And they won. They beat the Saints in that first game. They won. I believe that was the Marshawn Lynch beast modes. But do you like the fact that if you're on a team that won 10 or 11 games, I think they should revisit that. The division winner automatically goes in. That's the way it's been. That's the way it should be. If you have a losing record, I think they should change that. If you have a losing record, if you're like, what do we got, 17 games this year? So let's say you're 7-10 and win your division. 7-10. Easy math. 7-10. That's why I did that. 7-10. Let's say you're 7-10 and an 11 and 6 team can't go in because they didn't win their division. You go in and the other team doesn't. They got to change that. Embarrass the entire division and say nobody goes because you guys can't have a winning. You need a winning record. At the very least, 500 or better to make the playoffs. 500 or better if you win your division. You have to be at least 500. You have a losing record, you're not going. That's my feeling. That's the way it should be. 114, 111, a minute 30 left in the game. Turbo, another cellar dweller accounted for. Turbo in the basement. Live right now. I just got out of work right now. I'm about to drink a cold one, watch it for a while live. You got a Turbo. We got a minute 30 left in the game. Turbo, I'm on tomorrow night. Rangers, Maple Leafs. I believe it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to take a look at that Eastern time. Bills, Dolphins, Saturday night. Jets, Lions, Sunday. Turbo, we got plenty of things. Plenty of time, brother. Appreciate you as always. Hit the like button, Turbo. You always tell people to hit it. I'm going to tell you to hit the like button, Turbo. Please, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Turbo, I don't care who wins the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully the Chiefs don't win it. Turbo, I need your Vegas Raiders. Turbo, to beat the Patriots on Sunday, which I think they can do, depending on what team shows up. You just don't want the Chiefs to win it. I get that. That's your division rival. Turbo, that's what I need. I need your Vegas Raiders to beat the Patriots, and I need you to hit that like button, brother. Thank you, sir. And I think the way Vegas is playing, they could do it. Come on now. What? Come on, man. Come on. That is weak. DeRozan's getting all the calls, man. That was weak. That was weak. Come on, man. That was weak. They're giving DeRozan every call, man. Every call. That was weak. Weak. 114, 112, a minute 15 left in the game. I guarantee you DeRozan's probably going to hit this one. Tonight he's 13 of 14 from the free throw line, and he's not getting all the calls. He's getting all of them. Not that they're all against him, but I'm just saying he's getting some really weak calls going his way. 1 point lead, a minute 10 left. I'll get back to the chat in a minute. You got to be kidding me, man. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go. Come on, Brunson. Come on, Randall. He's going to – oh, Grimes with the three. Yes. Yes. That was a huge three-pointer. Up by 4, 50 seconds left. 117, 113 to go. Get up there. Well, Barrett's out of the game now. 6th foul on him. DeRozan gets another call. DeRozan at the free throw line again. Seeing a pattern here? Beautiful pass and shot by Grimes. Beautiful pass by Randall. DeRozan gets all the calls. Gets them all. So Grimes is back. What are they doing? Come on, man. By the way, Bills Mafia, Gunner, I think Lockport's gone. Riley, good shot, Grimes. We needed that. Featherstone, another cellar dweller accounted for. Featherstone, our second Australian in the basement. Flex was the first tonight. Featherstone, I need the Raiders to win every time. Right, just win, baby, right? That's the motto for the Raiders. Just dropped in to hear that. Good day, caller. Good day, cellar dwellers. Sorry I missed the game. It's all right, Featherstone. Back on tomorrow. New York Rangers. 39 seconds left. We're up by 2 points. The game's almost over. Move that ball, Brunson. Move it. Randall, Wigan, drive the lane. What are you doing? Where's the foul? Where's the foul? Come on. Man. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. 24 seconds left. Transition bucket made by the Bulls. 117 up. 117, 117. There comes Randall. Wide open lane, man. He just stood there. Come on. Come on. Randall, oh, he also had Brunson wide open on the 3-line, man. Come on, man. I'm surprised he didn't call a foul for DeRozan. They'd be calling it the whole game. 24 and 7/10 of a second left. 117, 117. The Knicks have no fouls to give, no challenges left. The Bulls have 1 foul left to give. They got 2 timeouts. We have 1. Raleigh, these refs are pathetic. Yeah, Featherstone, we need the Raiders to win. As a Jet fan, I need the Raiders to beat the Patriots, man. I just need the Jets to win out and hope for the best. Manav, the refs bet on the game tonight, Johnny. I guess so. DeRozan, I'm surprised they didn't give him another call. Dude's been at the free throw line the whole game. RJ's fouled out. Boy, come on, man. 24 seconds left in the game. DeRozan scored the last 8 points for the Bulls, mainly at the free throw line. Come on, man. Knicks had this game going just fine, man. And they allow him back in. And get this guy. Come on, let's go. Come on, Randall, you're chewing the clock, man. 16, 15, do something, Randall. Do something. He's going for the game-winning shot. 10, 9, 8, 7. Do something. What is he doing? Now watch him miss. Fade away. What a waste of time, Randall. What a waste of time. What is he doing? What is he doing? He let the whole shot clock go down and then misses. Well, that's the part of Randall I don't like. Why is he letting the entire clock go down, bets on himself with a game-winning shot, and airmails it? Airmails it. He doesn't just miss it, he airmailed it. No passing, no ball movement, just dribble the ball there, and I'm going to take the last shot and then airmail it. Unbelievable, man. Tell you, man. Can't make this stuff up. Now the Bulls are going to get the ball back. They might have time for one play. Who knows? Boy, that was really, really bad, man. You better, if you're going to do that and let the clock run down like that, you better hit that shot. You better hit that shot. Man, it was dumb. Yeah, DeRozan getting a lot of calls tonight, Scott. Guy's a great player. I'm not saying he's not. Getting a lot of calls. Look at all his points from the free throw line tonight, Scott. Look at his calls from the free throw line. He's got plenty there. Getting all the calls. Raleigh, you kidding me? Passing to Brunson or work it into the paint. What the heck? I know. Scott, Toronto misses. I know. How did they let him go? How did they let him go? Toronto truly misses DeRozan, man. They really needed him, man. They really need him on that team. There's no doubt. No doubt. Randall bet on himself and airmailed it. Airmailed it. Didn't just miss it. He missed the entire basket after sitting there wasting the last 24 seconds standing there bouncing the ball. He's got to play off the ball. Why is it going through him to begin with anyway? Why is it going through him anyway? Passable. DeRozan is mid-range. God, yeah, he does not miss mid-range. No, he won't. DeRozan's an incredible player, man. There's no doubt about it. An incredible play. He's got a lot of calls his way tonight, too. Got quite a few of them. But, again, I don't blame games on the refs. I don't. What I do is blame things like I said, some things about Randall I don't like. That's one of them right there. That's one of them right there. Right there. Wasting all that time. Why am I going on and on about it? Because they've been in a timeout forever. That's why I'm going on and on about it. They better win this game. 0.7 of a second left. They're inbounding the ball right now. Bulls inbounding. Jericho's in there, man. So let's disrupt this inbound pass. Come on, guys. Disrupt it. 7-10. It's a pass and shoot here. Alley-oop. Going to overtime. Going to overtime. This is the third game in a row that I'm doing that's going to overtime. 2 Ranger games in a row, and now the Knicks game going to overtime. Wow, must be me, man. Randall is on the ground, man, on the court. We can't afford to lose him. As much as I just trashed his last play because it was dumb. Last 2 Ranger games, we did overtime. One even went through a shootout. Knicks game tonight, going to overtime. Must be me, man. A lot of overtime games. Manav, Toronto misses Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, Kawhi wasn't going to stay there, though, Manav. We kind of knew Kawhi was going to leave Toronto after 1 year. He got his ring, got Toronto a ring. DeMar DeRozan, I was a little more shocked that he left. Little more, that was a little bit more of a person I thought was going to stay there. Raleigh, isn't that weird? Leonard goes to the Raptors, yeah, wins a chip, and then leaves, right? Hey, you know who else did that? Darrelle Revis. Well, he didn't go directly from the Jets to the Patriots, but he went the Jets to a very bad Buccaneers team. Patriots got the ring, came back to the Jets. They should have never signed him back at the age he was at because he was getting smoked a lot. I love Darrelle Revis, one of the greatest cover corners to ever play the game. Shut down every top receiver of that era, period. But it's kind of like that. Then he left. Got his ring with the Patriots. All right, I'll go back to the Jets, get all this money because I'm past my prime at this point. Well, we're going overtime now because Randall bet on himself. Of course, a lot of other factors happened in the game. R.J. Barrett fouled out, which is going to come up huge in this overtime game now. Again, the Knicks are the 6th seed and the Bulls are the 11th seed. Like these are games now. If the Knicks want to make that difference, that they've moved up a little bit better as a team, this is the kind of game now they have to win. The leading scorers, Randall has 30 points. Brunson, 23. DeRozan, 30. Levine, 24. Again, we're missing R.J. Barrett, but we have enough good young players here. We should be able to sustain this overtime and win this thing. We need to win this thing, man. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, here we go. Overtime about to get underway. About to get underway. Boy, like I said, this is the third game in a row in the basement I've done overtime. Wow, how long that? I've never done that before. Yeah, we did the Yankees a lot. Never had extra innings. Even I think I did it 2 nights in a row on a couple different occasions. Never had a 3-night in a row where we got overtime. So 2 Rangers. Now the Knicks. Rangers tomorrow night against the Maple Leafs right here in the basement, and we'll see what happens there. That game's at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, by the way. I thought it was 7:30. It actually is a 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. So we're good there too. All right, here we go. 117 straight up, 5 minutes. Well, now 4:55 left in the overtime. Let's find a way to win this, Knicks. Let's find a way to win this. Let's find a way to win this. Come on, Brunson. Move it up. Move it up. Come on, Randall. Make up for that horrendous clock decision you made. Come on, Randall. Now he makes a bad pass to Grimes. What? Again, why is he not playing off the ball? Why, even when Brunson brings it up, you'd almost think that it's make sure Randall gets the ball. That's the way you feel. It feels like the team is still going through Randall a lot of the times. It really does. Oh, the Knicks have the Bulls again Friday night at 8. Then the Pacers after that. See, these are winnable games for the Knicks. It's winnable games. Come on, Brunson. Let's go, buddy. Still 117 all, 4:15 left in the game. Bruin, good night, man. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night, Bruin. Brunson up. 2 points. All right, drop that. 119, 117. 4 minutes left in the game. Up by 2. We're going to win this thing. We're going to find a way to win this thing. Come on, Knicks. DeRozan, boom, mid-range jumper, bang, all day. Tied up, 119 up. I'm surprised the refs didn't give him a foul on top of that, an N1, just for the heck of it. Surprised the refs didn't give him the N1. Wow, even though there wasn't an N1, I thought they might give him one anyway. Oh, come on, Brunson. Come on, Mitchell. Don't let him get that shot off. Yes, travel on Levine. Travel. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Travel on Levine. .314 left in the game, 119 straight up. Come on, Brunson. Come on, guys. Find a way. Find a way. Yes, finally, the Knicks get a call. The Knicks get a call. Wow. 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 Knicks got a call. Unbelievable. Come on, Brunson's going to hit these. 3:02 left. Rick the Ninja, another cellar dweller accounted for. Rick the Ninja in the basement. What's going on, Rick? It's crunch time. No doubt, Rick. No doubt, brother. No doubt. Raleigh, stress levels. Isn't that everything in the basement? Is stress levels, man. No matter what game we're doing, stress levels. As you guys know, man, the basement brings high emotions. High emotions. How else are you supposed to watch your teams? How? How can anybody sit there and be like, oh, man, I'm sorry, RJ Barrett, man. I'm sorry he fouled out. Oh, man, that's terrible. I hope they can make up for that. Man, Randall had really poor clock management on that. Why did he hold the ball for so long? Could you imagine doing that? Not in the basement. We don't do that here. Not here. We don't do that. We go all in. We talk smack. We bring the fire. And if we lose, all right, then we eat it. But that's the whole point of watching the game. Come on, Brunson. We're up 121, 119. Let's add on to that. He's out of bounds, man. He didn't save that. We don't have any challenges, so we can't even say it. Ah, no, he missed. Dude, we have no challenges. He was out of bounds. We only have one. We might have a challenge, though. I think we might. Boy, the Bulls are 9 for 26 from three-point land. Come on, Nick. Come on, Randall. Foul. Good. Randall was fouled. Another call for the Knicks. Let's go. It's a good pick by Randall there. Good pick. Yeah, Caruso, you're all over him, man. Relax, man. You're all over him, dude. Randall, you got to hit both of these, man. Both of these. Both of these. This is Randall's 13th career game with 30 points, 10 boards, and 5 assists. Like I said, man, the guy gives 110% every game. That's what I like about him. He just doesn't. He forces things too much is the best way to say it. He forces things too much. Oh, he missed it. Come on, man. Come on, Randall. Right, the game is winnable. We were leading 13 points. I know, but that's, hey, we've seen the Knicks blow many of those. Like I said, before the 4-game win streak, we blew a 15-point lead and lost by 21 to Dallas. Come on, Randall, you got to hit this, man. That other one was important. All right, we're up by 3, 122-119. Again, the Bulls for the game are 9 for 26 from three-point land. 9 for 26. So let's keep that down. Come on. Stay on him, Mitchell. Stay on him, Mitchell. You got it. Stay on him. Beautiful defense, Mitchell. Beautiful defense. Beautiful defense. 131 and counting. 122-119 Knicks. We need to score. I'm being Johnny Obvious, but that's what the basement's all about sometimes. Brunson put it up, missed it. Kicked out to Grimes. Brunson. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Randall, you triple teamed. Kick it out, Grimes, for the 3. Yes. He hit it. 125-119 Knicks. 1 minute left in overtime. Hey, good defense there, Randall. Stealing that ball. Knocking that ball out. Grimes threw sacrificed his body trying to save it. Beautiful shot. Grimes is killing it. Grimes, during this 4-game win streak, killing it, man. These young players can do it. Lockport, Johnny, when we get in WWE videos, do some 90s stuff. I am, dude. I've been all over the AFL lately. I am going to do some WWE, some DX, some history. You're right, Lockport. That's coming. That's coming, Lockport. I'm getting back on the WWE. I laid off it for a little while. When football came back and hockey came back and the NBA came back. I'm getting back on the wrestling, man. I've been watching. I'm all updated. I'm good to go. I'm just saying I'll get back on it. Good call, Lockport. Brunson, hit that 3. That's the nail. 128, 119, 27 seconds to go. That's the nail right there. Good shot, Brunson. Good shot. What a great game. Yes, sir, Turbo. What a great game. Raleigh, let's go, Grimes. Knicks doing it, man. These are the games that show us the Knicks are moving up. That's what I want to see. Like I said, I expect the playoffs out of this team. Win us around. We know we're not NBA championship caliber team, but I expect playoffs, and I expect second round. It's not too much to ask with this team. The more you play these young players, the more they develop, the more we're going to do. Randall, 31 points tonight, 89 from the field. Brunson, 30 points tonight, 11 to 21 from the field. We're doing a great job tonight. Great job with some bonehead mistakes along the way, not just by Randall, just in general. As Raleigh pointed out, we're up by 13. It takes a whole team sometimes to do up and down. So can't lay it all on one person. And I never, ever, I might complain about the refs during the game. I'll never blame a game on the refs because that's ridiculous. The team's got to make extra things going on. I will never blame a game on the refs, ever. It's just not my style. I'll complain about them during the game. Let's go, Grimes. Flex. Only so much time in a day. That's right, Flex. Only so. And Rick. Boom, 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 boom. Rick, how about 1-800-baskets now? We can use that phrase for everything, Rick. Everything. Come on. What is with all this? The one thing about the end of an NFL game, and NBA game, they take forever. Timeout, tech, timeout. Football and basketball, man, they do the last 2 minute can be excruciatingly long. All right, it's an 8-point game. There's still, the game's not over yet. It's not over yet. We are talking about the Knicks here. 128, 120. It really should be over. Really should be. Don't give up a three. He missed it. We got it. That's the game. That's the nail right there. That's the nail right there, guys. That's it. That is it right there. Hey, Scott, we won, dude. Scott, we won. DeRozan had a great game, though. You did call that DeRozan, watch out. And he did have a great game. Featherstone, I haven't really watched WWE since The Undertaker retired. I've been to the States twice to see WrestleMania. That's awesome. That's awesome, Featherstone. Awesome. Knicks win 128-120. We found a way to win. That's what we're talking about. 5 straight wins. The Rangers have 4 straight wins, going for 5 tomorrow against the Maple Leafs. The Knicks meet the Bulls again Friday night at 8. Flex, AFL fans blame the umpires all the time. It's their go for a lot of them. I'll tell you what. Flex, a lot of Americans blame refs too. I'll yell at the refs during the game. I just don't blame the whole game on them because, as I say this a lot because I believe in it, Bill Parcells said it. Are what your record says you are. No moral victories, no refs blame this, that. You are what your record says you are. The Jets are 7-6. Should they won a couple here and there? Sure. Should they probably not have won a couple here and there? Sure. It's 7-6. You are what your record says you are. I love the statement. He said it a long time ago. I love it. I love that statement. You can't blame injuries in the whole nine. You are what your record says you are, period. That's what it is. And that is a great statement for all sports to make. So, Rick the Ninja, 50 years later, no doubt. Doesn't it seem like that with all the teams? The Rangers was like 54 years, finally won one. The Jets are on a 53-year hiatus right now. The Knicks are on a 50-year high. You're like, what is the problem with New York teams? The Yankees are since 2009, which feels like 50 years since they haven't even been in the World Series, right? Oh, guys, that was a great game. What a great game. I haven't done a Knicks game in a little while. So listen, guys, what a hell of a weekend this is going to be. We did the Knicks tonight. Rangers Maple Leafs tomorrow. Knicks Bulls again on Friday. Saturday, Dolphins Bills. Sunday, Jets Lions. It's basement balling. That's what we're going to be. If you're new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, like button, drop some comments. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you as always for supporting the channel, guys. And keep your prayers up and thoughts up for our original cellar dweller, Mr. Marine, USMC. For those that didn't know or didn't see it in my community post, I still have it in there. He had emergency surgery today on his bladder. We wish him the best. If you're watching, Mr. Marine, we love you. We miss you. We wish you the best. All the cellar dwellers, we always come together. That's real life stuff. Game is game. This is real life stuff. We hope you had a successful surgery today. We can't wait to see you back here in the basement with us. And as always, along with your Marine brother, Raleigh, we appreciate the service that you gave to this country, Mr. Marine, and we cannot wait to see you back right here in the basement. If you guys, I put a community post. You can read it. I put it up yesterday for Mr. Marine, man. We dropped him a lot of love in there, man. The guy's a great dude. He was with me when I was barely getting any views in the very beginning when I was just uploading videos. Mr. Marine was there. He was there talking about the Jets, talking about the Rangers. He was there, man. He was one of my original guys. And I'm telling you, when I had hardly any views on long before I live stream. Anyway, guys, Mr. Marine, if you're watching, wish you the best. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow night right here in the basement. Good win next. That's right, Rick. Raleigh. Basement packed weekend. That's right. Basement packed weekend, Raleigh. Flex, not going to be a voice left. Flex, you'll get used to me and my high emotion roller coaster. Because again, and I'll leave it at this, how can anybody, and I see now that I'm really into footy, Flex and Featherstone, now that I'm really into footy, you guys know all about yelling and screaming and high emotions during games. There's no other way to watch a game. How can you sit here and be like, oh, man, boy, I hope the Knicks pull this out. Man, I've seen other people do it. How do you do that? Man, RJ Barrett fouled out of the game. That's going to hurt us, man. No RJ Barrett, man. And we're going to overtime without him. I really hope the Knicks can make up for that because losing him is really – how do you watch a game like that? I cannot watch a game like that. Not here in the basement. We don't do things that way. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern United States time, right here in the basement. New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs. The Rangers are going to try to match the Knicks and keep a 5-game winning streak. Keep that streaks going, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm Johnny Basement. I am out.